actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think of like stuff when I was younger of like damn, like that happened to you. Like that wasn't not supposed to happen to you. That was traumatic. That happened, you know, and you fully like it like crystallizes, I guess. And that's what started happening like 2 days ago. I'm like, okay, like I'm feeling a little bit better, but then it was like, man, it's like fully sinking in as people that I know from around the country who are out at Radio Row. And that's what really like it not pissed me off, but like it like made me sad. Like, dude, like the opportunity for everyone in this region, but also selfishly for us, like being at the Super Bowl. Like,
hell yeah.
I've never been. And that it stings. It stings.
It definitely stings, especially I'm talking to Mace every day for Orange and Blue Today, and he's out there, and he's like, there's a lot of people nationally, they're like, Denver should be here.
Yeah.
Mike Florio, and I know like Nick Benito and everybody's saying that, and I'm not saying the Patriots don't deserve it, but like I'm in a terrible mood because I don't know how to feel about this game. Like I love football, and I kind of don't care about this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because it should be Bo. It should be Bo.
I told Cecil I'm officially my lady. I'm just in it for the commercials. Let's get the commercials. Let me get
And
a couple
food.
drinks.
The food.
Well, yeah, food for sure.
Garage at halftime. Let's see what's up, you know?
And typically, there you go. Typically, I like the whole day on Super Bowl Sunday is about the Super Bowl. Guys, I'm going golfing on Sunday.
Nice, dude.
You know, I'm going golfing, and I'm going to watch the Super Bowl, but the whole day is not going to be about the Super Bowl in our house this year. And we'll do some fun stuff and do some fun food and stuff, but yeah, it's not the same emphasis, and it stings. Two things really quick. Dover, are you wearing anything underneath that sweatshirt?
I'm wearing a or whatever you call it nowadays, tank top.
Bro tank.
Yeah.
tank.
You say a wife beater,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Can't say that anymore.
There's another
You
way.
say bro tank now.
There's another in Jersey. They have a different name too. I don't think I can say it on the radio, but
Okay. So I think I know.
you probably know. Yeah.
But so Richie came in and he's got the same Denver sports hoodie that I have on, and
He doesn't wear an undershirt?
and so he goes, and you tried to do the red shoes like me, so I have like my red
your cons, yeah.
Chuck Taylor's on to match the red in the sweater. And he's like, you tried to do that like me too. And I said, well, did you do the red shirt that pops
Nice.
out, underneath the
Yeah,
hoodie?
yeah.
And he goes, no, I don't wear a shirt underneath my hoodie.
What?
I said, what? You should just go sweatshirt on skin? And he's like, yeah, all the time. I get too hot. And I'm like, really?
That's why you need an undershirt.
And then wait, hold on. It gets deeper. I go into the room and I'm like, our common area here, and guys are hanging out. I'm like, you guys ever just go like straight hoodie on skin, like to work? And Phil's like, hell yeah, and like lifts up
You're
his
doing it right now?
sweatshirt
Yeah,
and
man,
flashes me.
Hey.
And
Man, I haven't had
Like
that
flash you
in a long
the
time.
tummy, or did you get the
no,
full
I got the
chest?
full. I saw nipples. Yeah,
Nipples today.
You know, with the nipple
Phil
rings
Lindsay
and
nipples. Right. Okay.
So I just like I've never worn just a sweatshirt on my skin, and then Phil does it, but he wears a hoodie all the time, so he's been doing it next to me. Do you guys do that?
I wear a tank top under every piece of clothing that I've worn. I've done that since I was 8 years old, and I'll do it until I'm 80.
If I go out, if I'm in public, I'll wear an undershirt.
Yeah.
You wear an undershirt.
Don't
at
your guys'
home? At
pits-
home, I might do that.
At
but
home, you might go
Yeah.
hoodie on skin for like your pajamas.
Yeah.
How often do you wash your pajamas?
Ooh,
once a week.
Once every other week.
So you'll stay in the same set of pajamas for 2 weeks?
Yeah, like 10
Wow.
days.
Okay.
I'm watching those.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that
Every
out
day I'm
loud.
changing my
Based on
pajamas.
your reaction.
Dude, the variance on this conversation, so I think it's strange. My wife takes a shower at night, gets into her pajamas, wakes up the next morning, takes those pajamas and puts them in the laundry.
Oh, no way.
And I'm like, wait, I'm like, babe, like you're clean body.
Yeah.
Like you're like there's nothing wrong with these. That's just what she does, and she does her own laundry. So I'm like, whatever.
But I will
like,
say, like, I'll have like a pajamas and I'll sleep in or chill in for a couple of weeks, but then I'll do like a little morning workout thing, and it's just mostly stretching, and I'll put something else on because I'm going to sweat.
Yes.
And that will go in the
if I have
laundry.
a drop of sweat on me, I'm washing it.
Yeah.
Typically. But Phil does the same thing. Wears pajamas one
What, Phil?
night and washes them immediately. Now,
I
What's
gotta
your
be
freaking
clean.
water bill, dude?
Oh, it's probably high now. It's
Yeah.
probably-
He spent his
My
NFL
wife, my
contract on
kids,
Tide.
and myself. You know. But hey, even with my pajamas, I mean, it's not like I don't like sleep like in my pajamas. I have my boxers on, man.
Okay.
I like to be free.
Well, when he used to go to Radio Row to pimp products, he would just like, give me the Tide. I don't want the money, just give me the Tide. So I'll go 3 or
You're
4.
like a NASCAR driver over here getting sponsored by Tide.
I'll go 3 or 4 days, but I'm shirtless in bed. Are we shirtless in bed?
I'm naked in bed.
You're naked in bed.
I got
Yeah.
just basketball
not even the thong
shorts.
suits?
Okay.
You don't just go with the
No,
thong
no,
on?
the thongs are for special nights upon request.
Upon request.
Yes.
Okay.
And you go shirtless?
I go shirtless. I just boxers on, shirtless. I'm ready.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm shirtless, but I'll wear an undershirt and then like a hoodie to hang out in the evenings, and what gets washed is the undershirt.
Yeah,
You know?
it's easy.
Yeah. And that's what I do with this. Like, I have an undershirt underneath, and so when I'm done with this, I will let it hang out and breathe in case I was just made a little sweat coming through.
Sure.
And then I'm putting it back on the shelf. I'm wearing a hoodie 2 or 3 times before I'm washing it. You guys?
Unless
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't get like,
Same.
but if there's some stuff that gets on it,
Oh,
of
then
course.
it's getting washed, of
Okay.
course.
Wait, no,
of course.
guys, every guy does the sniff test. You pick something up
Right.
out of the pile, you go, yeah, still can wear it.
Dude, I will tell you, when jeans, I don't wear a lot of jeans anymore, but I might have had jeans in my life where they got washed 3 times in the history of their lives.
See, that's crazy to me. So we had this conversation. I didn't realize that Levi on their website suggests that you wear the jeans 10 times before washing them.
Really?
And that like blew my mind.
That's about where I'm at.
because dude, I'll wear a pair of jeans like 3 times, and when it starts to feel like sweatpants,
Yep.
some people love that. I do not like that. I want to feel the crispness of a fresh pair of jeans. And so everyone's different.
Did you used to iron your jeans back in the day?
No.
Do you guys
Did you
iron-
roll the cuffs on your pants?
I did not. When
In
I
the
was
day.
little, I would do that.
Okay.
I'll do that once in a while now. What I used to do is iron the collars of my
So
shirts.
they
and
pop
I
properly.
that
That's
thing.
right.
It's not gonna pop itself.
Do you guys
that
do
collar.
you guys iron or steam your clothes now?
I steam.
I steam. I steam everything I
Steam.
wear.
I can't
Do you
iron.
really?
Yeah.
But I can steam.
I'm dressed like a scrub today, and I steam this
So
sweatshirt.
you steam that sweatshirt?
Uh-huh.
That is
It's
insane.
a brand new sweatshirt.
I know. I just
You like
You
I,
need to
it
steam
crisp.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the
see, yeah.
wrinkles.
I mentioned to my wife we do need a steamer. We don't have one now.
It'll change your life because it's way
easy.
better
You
than
just
iron.
sit
Yeah.
there
Way
and
better
just
than iron.
steams it, and you just drink your cup of Joe and just watch it just unwrinkle itself.
real quick, and this is the other thing that's far more important than any of this. I heard you guys say how quiet Sean was being.
this week.
Why isn't he at the Super Bowl?
We started talking about this at the end of our show yesterday, and Sean always is at the Super Bowl. Sean is always doing interviews, and what I think is interesting is at the end of the year presser, Sean actually had a lightness to him. He was making jokes.
Mm-hmm.
He was smiling. He was cracking jokes about previous jokes he had cracked. Okay. Which I thought was surprising. It's like, dude, you're 48 hours removed from and you had some of your fingerprints on the loss.
A lot of them.
So he didn't seem like he'd be in a type of mood that wouldn't want to talk. But do you remember my biggest takeaway to the Greg Penner press conference? I came in here during the crosstalk. I said, man, 80% of language is nonverbal.
Oh yeah.
That guy was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was serious. That guy didn't smile. That guy had a heaviness. And I'm wondering if Sean's non-talking this week was maybe not his call.
Possibly. I do know this, and I've said it before on the show, so I'll repeat it. Sean Payton does not operate with free reign. Greg Penner runs that show. Even though Sean has a lot of power and a lot of pull and a lot of sway and everything that Sean Payton is.
Yep.
But do not think that Sean can do anything that he wants
And I-
because Greg won't let him.
If what you're saying, and I know you're speculating a little bit, but if that is the case, and if we ever find out, who knows if we ever do, but
We might.
I that'll make me, not like I don't respect Greg Penner, but dude, that would make me know it's in the right hands, the right guy's in charge, and he's got the right ideas. That would be a great sign for Broncos country.
Right. People in charge is what you need. And before we're out of here today, I did want to acknowledge that we all were honored with Barrett Media rankings.
Yes.
And morning show at 12, you guys at 17, us at 19, and our fearless leader, Amanda Brown. I mean, the guidance and the direction that we have, the leadership that we have in this building from her is outstanding. To have the fan back where we needed to be, top 20, shows blowing up, numbers pulling in, smiles on the faces, let's go Broncos, let's go Avs, let's go Nuggets, and yeah, Rockies will put up with you, but like just where we're at, and ZB, you've been here long enough, you remember our down days.
Yeah.
To be now where we're at, that's all of our efforts. That's Phil growing. That's you growing. That's the morning show doing their tomfoolery that they always do. It's us thriving. I've never thrived like this before, and I thank you a lot, Josh Dover. But I also want to thank Amanda just for the guidance and direction, man. It feels great to be here. And at these times, we don't have to go around blowing bubbles at each other, but we need to acknowledge when these sort of things happen.
Small victories. You know, like our life didn't change yesterday, but damn, it felt good seeing it and being acknowledged nationally. And I equate that outlet because I know everyday people don't follow this stuff. They're not in the industry.
The industry people do.
All of them do. All of them who love this business do. And I equate it to people in the medical field. Like, I couldn't tell you anything about a medical journal, a monthly medical journal, but they can.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what that was. Now, that was a really cool honor and very well said. I'm not even going to add anything to it. It was perfectly said. The drive continues next.
Do the Broncos need to double down on the tight end position again this offseason?
I'm not interested in garage projects. I'm not interested in blocking tight ends. This team needs playmakers. This team needs weapons. And because of that, you're going to need to get two. You're going to need to get a free agent, and you're going to need to have a rookie.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hello, Colorado. It's David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, and we're celebrating 30 years. Make 2026 your best year ever. Eliminate all your high-interest debts, saving you $500 to $1,000 or more every month. Worried about approval? We have recently expanded our guidelines to help even more people qualify. If you've been told no, we can help say yes with bank statement loans, asset-based loans, non-traditional credit, debt to incomes over 50%, loan to values up to 95% and more. At U.S. Mortgages, you don't need perfect credit either. We help down to a 580 score and even lower case by case. Call now to get a no-risk, no-obligation quote from a BBB A+ rated lender and also get our exclusive lowest rate for life. Our number says it all, 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 5280 Exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no-interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
You really are amazing. My name is Glenn Jamron. I'm chairman of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. You've told us how some people get mad at you for following your own pathway in life. You've said they judge you. Know this. Each of us is entitled to our own opinion. Why? Because we're all different. The pathways you choose in life are your own. It's your life, no one else's. And that's okay. Nobody likes to feel judged. No one likes to have others mad at them. But the key to navigating judgmentalism is to check things out, make your decision, and then commit to being true to yourself. Let others say and feel what they wish. They have that right, and you have the right, the obligation, to follow your own heart. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Klis. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Friday, February 6th, on a bit of a maybe complicated Friday, depending on who you are and how you're feeling.
Bittersweet Friday.
A bit bittersweet.
You know, it's Friday, so of course you should be happy for those that have Saturday and Sunday off, because you always like to say, Z, people working on Saturdays and Sundays.
Totally.
And, you know, you got to get it how you get it. Go get your money. But if you're a person that gets Saturday and Sunday off, you should be happy it's Friday.
Or thankful.
Or thankful.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, you may not be happy if it's Friday because you got Saturday and then, of course, Sunday. Broncos country is going to still watch the Super Bowl, and our team is not there. It sucks, man. It does.
It does. It's this for me, for sure, will be the most awkward Super Bowl watch ever. And I don't exactly know how I'll feel watching it. I'm going to just sort of try to enjoy it, have a few drinks and have some good food and hang out with my family and just try to enjoy it. But yeah, there's this sort of thing that's just like in the background, I think maybe until this season is officially over, that's just sort of ever present. It's just sort of right there.
Right there, yeah. Yeah, you know what, man? Woo!
There it is.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
And we have a job to do.
We do have a job to do.
So let's go out there, brother, and do it.
Let's go, brother. All right. You know, interesting conversation there at the end of the crosstalk. And I think that there's something to it. I really do. And it could speak to something larger, you know, a larger theme maybe at play. We're speculating, of course.
Of course.
But when we talk about Sean Payton not talking at the Super Bowl, look, I go back to what I just said. Sean had a lightness in that press conference that I did not see coming. That, by the way, I didn't love. If I'm just being real, I didn't love it. All right? And I know we have to have, well, I guess you don't have to have it, but I have gratitude for the season and for the journey, for the ride that it was. And I was just expecting Sean. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. I didn't even think about it before the presser, but that was one of my larger takeaways. It's like, wow, he's got like smile on his face, like he's happy. And Greg Penner, if that was the yin, he was the yang. I mean, he was the complete opposite. And I would just think, and again, I'm speculating, maybe recklessly, but I would just think that
we're sports talk radio. That's what we're supposed to do. We're speculating. We don't have all the answers.
We do not. But I think that some of this stuff is hypothesis. And a hypothesis is different than throwing crap at the wall. Now, someone may hear it and say, you're throwing crap at the wall, but I don't think so when you actually articulate the evidence. And when Sean has a lightness about him, and Sean is at the Super Bowl every single year.
Every year.
And Sean does more interviews than any other coach in the National Football League. And so if this is just who you are and this is just what you do, and you combined it with the lightness that he had, there wouldn't really be a reason not to talk. He just went 14-3. He's off the hook because he didn't have a starting quarterback. But then the Penner press conference the next day, it was the starkest contrast that you'll find. And I do just wonder if there was a bit of whether it was a direct message, a vague message of, you just went at it. You just went at it with your quarterback. That's not normal. And Sean, before the Super Bowl could even be played, was opening up his mouth in a way that Bo Nix didn't believe he should have been. And I do wonder if there was a bit of a message of hey, let's lay low here. Let's lay low.
Well, you know what, Z? After every single season, you have an evaluation with your coaching staff, and then you'll do your medical evaluation as well. So you're in there and you're talking about how the season went. Well, that's the exact same thing that happens with the coaches, right? The position coaches are going to do it with Sean. Now Sean's going to do his evaluation with Greg Penner. Usually you'll do it with your general manager, but we know Sean and Greg Penner, they're on a different level. Let's be real. So Sean's going to do his evaluation with Greg Penner. So they're going to talk about the season, the pros, the cons, what you can do better. And so I'm not going to put it past that Greg Penner sat Sean down and said, hey, look, dude, it wasn't a good look that we went into this game and we lost it because of some of the things that you did. It wasn't a good look that you went to the podium and talked about injuries that you don't like talking about in the first place, but you talk about it with our franchise quarterback. And now we may be making a change with the offensive coordinator look as well. So how about we just lay low? How about we just sit back, relax? All right, take that step back and look at what you did this year, but let's not do a lot of talking because that's what gets us in trouble.
Yep.
So I'm with you, Z. I think it's funny. It's awfully funny that Sean's not at the Super Bowl. It's awfully funny that Sean's not talking his little heart away like he has in the past.
Yep.
But then you start to look at what just happened and how this was a dramatic ending to the Denver Broncos this year.
It was.
And Sean Payton has something to do with it, going for it on fourth down when you should have took the points.
Yep.
The stuff with Bo. Yeah, I think Sean may be in timeout.
Yeah, and I don't think it's crazy. And you go back to what Cecil said of this is Greg's show. Greg is the owner of the team, okay? And do I think that Greg Penner is, Jim Irsay's father going down the sideline saying what they should run?
No.
No, of course not. He defers even football questions. But I think that this dynamic that we're talking about, it's not really a football conversation. Now, it's football related, but it's not X's and O's. This is more of human stuff, the human element of Sean. And I'm just going to say it. Sean's unpredictability. Sean Payton is unpredictable. And I think that Greg Penner is predictable. I think that George Payton is predictable. And I think that the fact that the season ended and there was a smidge of soap opera stuff between the coach and the quarterback, you think Greg Penner liked that sequence?
Greg Penner doesn't want a bunch of attention on the Denver Broncos right now if it isn't them winning. So now you have some kind of negative attention when it comes to Bo and Sean, when it comes to how the ending of that game went with the New England Patriots. Greg doesn't like that. He wants it to be all about the Denver Broncos, all about the ownership group and where it's going, the future, not about Sean Payton and what he did wrong. So there's a bunch of drama there, and I think Greg is saying, hey, let's stop it now. Let's put this fire out before it continues to spread, and now we have a bunch of things that are going to go wrong, and everybody's going to be talking about it.
Because here's the thing. Greg's only been here for 3 years, 3 football seasons. And think about the number of times already that Sean Payton and the things that he said has either created headlines, has created apologies, has created drama with his quarterback, just with him talking.
Yeah.
And then you mix in some of the play calling stuff and disrupting a pathway to the Super Bowl. The more we talk about this stuff, the more it's very fairly to speculate that the owner who is comfortable now may not be so happy with the head football coach. And I don't think that's a crazy take.
Everybody has to be held accountable. That is something that before Greg Penner got into this situation as the ownership and the ownership group, the Denver Broncos did not have an owner. There was nobody to hold the general manager at the time accountable. Everybody has a boss, somebody they have to report to. And even Sean himself, who is a great coach and does a lot of good stuff for this team and built this team up. But even Sean himself can get in some trouble and has to report back to the boss.
Yeah. Really interesting conversation. I mean, really interesting. Because it's a new day in Broncos country. And when I say new day, I'm talking about this period of time, like since this new ownership group took over. And there is a boss. And his name's not Sean Payton. It's Greg Penner.
Ooh-wee.
So, man, I'm fascinated with these inner workings and these dynamics. But I don't think it's an accident that Sean isn't at the Super Bowl for the first time in forever. After a 14-win season. He has every right to take a victory lap on paper.
14-3.
On paper. Without getting into nuance of decision-making and in the trenches with the team for the masses, Sean, it'd be a victory lap for him.
I thought he was going to be on Kay Adams. Up in Adams. I thought he was going to be right there talking his heart away. Not this time.
No. All right. You want to react to that conversation? You can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. I have another thought about the play calling conversation with Davis Webb. And we'll bump our gums about that at the top of the hour. You're not going to want to miss that. But first, there has been plenty of chatter this week connecting the Broncos with one player potentially on the move. Does it make sense? We'll talk about it next.
How concerning is the lack of production for the Avalanche on the power play?
If this doesn't change, they will get beat again in the postseason the same way that they did last year because of the same issue that somehow it's gotten worse.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? Phillip Lindsay here. And guys, it's a Friday. You want to have a little bit of fun after work, right? With your significant other, your lady friend. Whatever the case may be, you want to be able to go out there and enjoy yourself tonight. Well, here's the deal. If you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, otherwise known as ED, then you're not going to be having that fun because ED is an intimacy destroyer. And research out there shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can blame themselves when the ED becomes a problem. And guys, your partner should not be blaming themselves. This is on you. You need to go see my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of the treatments that they have can have you last an hour or even more if you have that much stamina. So what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, and this will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a TMPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen. If the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Looking to upgrade your kitchen, laundry room, or outdoor cooking area? Look no further than Mountain High Appliance. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. We have hundreds of appliances hooked up live for a true try-before-you-buy experience, plus professional delivery and installation. Our price match guarantee ensures you receive the best deal, and special financing options make your purchase affordable. When it's time for new appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Colorado College starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD3, DU lacrosse faces Air Force starting at 11:30. Then at 6:30, DU hockey skates with Colorado College in Game 2. And on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Jose State with pregame starting at 6:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The
And I want to bounce that entire conversation, like not the entire conversation, but bounce the dynamic off Mike.
Yeah.
And see if he thinks that we sound a little crazy. Okay. All right. I want to have a conversation about some chatter. There's been plenty of it this week connecting the Denver Broncos with one player potentially on the move. Does it make sense? We'll talk about it. But first, calling all wrestling superfans. We have your chance to go to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. It's the Superfan Send-Off presented by 303 Law 4040. Here's what you get. A pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. All right? For more info and to enter, head to denversports.com/superfan. We cannot give you 24-inch pythons, brother, but we can give you that prize if you win. Okay. A lot of chatter this week. We just haven't had the conversation. We've been busy with other stuff. I don't know how realistic it is in the first place. But the conversation about A.J. Brown, rumors are swirling that A.J. Brown could be headed out of Philly. some folks with microphones are saying it's more likely than not that he gets moved.
I mean, Z, if you've paid attention closely this year and last year to A.J. Brown and Sirianni and what they got going on, I mean, they go back and forth. And I want to say the last playoff game, Sirianni went after A.J. Brown because A.J. Brown didn't want to get off the field fast enough. They go back and forth. They're cussing at each other. Right after the game, they lose. They're walking into the locker room. Sirianni goes up to him and starts screaming and seeming like he's just like going cuckoo. And you have A.J. Brown looking at him smirking, like shaking his head. It seems like it's a weird dynamic they got going on over there, a real weird relationship. And it looks like A.J. Brown may be on the move because of something like that.
So then the next step in the conversation is, well, where could he end up? Right? That's the natural progression. And there are some folks who want A.J. Brown in Denver. Where do you stand on it?
Ooh, a superstar receiver. I like me some Courtland Sutton. Is he a superstar?
No, definitely not.
Mr. Consistent for the most part, usually, yes. This year, he dropped the ball way too much. Hopefully, he can get that under control. But to have a superstar receiver offensively with the weapons that Bo Nix needs around him, Z, I would love that pick, man. I know people are looking at, like he's a distraction and his attitude. Things change when you get around certain people, when you get around certain organizations. Now, I'm not saying the Philadelphia Eagles are not a good organization. They're really good.
They're a really good organization.
But here with Greg Penner, with Sean, what they have going on with Bo Nix in the way that he approaches the game like a CEO quarterback would, I think for A.J. Brown, he can come in and make some noise. I think for A.J. Brown, he would be the solidified number one receiver and everything would go through him, which now would take pressure off of Courtland Sutton. Now, Courtland Sutton's a hell of a receiver. Now, think about having two big receivers. Sean will love that. That is his ultimate dream, having two receivers that can go over 1,000 yards because both receivers have already been over 1,000 yards. Courtland Sutton 3 times in his career, and you have A.J. Brown who's been over 1,000 yards 6 times in his career. This year is all about adding weapons to the offensive side of the football, adding weapons for Bo Nix. I would love to have A.J. Brown here, man, if we can get him in the building. Give me A.J. Brown. What you thinking, man? What you thinking?
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I was about to say.
Absolutely not.
I was shocked.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because he's a bad apple. Because he's a diva. Because he is going into his age 29th season. Because he is not satisfied on a Super Bowl winning team being the featured number one receiver. Nothing's ever good enough. And it's we have a proper enough sample size now, right? That he just is problematic. He's a problematic personality.
I think he's misunderstood.
Oh, he's misunderstood.
He's misunderstood. Come on, man. I mean, there's something off between Jalen Hurts anyway. In the receiver room.
Really?
No, Jalen Hurts.
That's your guy.
He is, but the way he approaches things, it just doesn't seem like they're on the same page, and not just A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, but a couple of the other receivers in Jalen Hurts. Maybe the coach in Jalen Hurts.
It's because A.J. Brown is getting them all to turn against Jalen Hurts.
Everybody is a grown man. You can't this grown man's telling this other one what to do. I mean, you get to make your own decisions.
No, of course. But here's what I say. Where they know him best at, they don't want him around.
Everybody at some point in the NFL, you
not
have
at some point. No. Well.
Usually,
not because of personality issues. Like Mike Evans in Tampa. He's been there forever. They wouldn't want him to leave because of personality issues.
Mike is about to be out the door.
He could be, but it's just a different phase of his career. The guy's been there for a decade.
So you don't want more weapons for Bo?
I want more weapons, but I want to use wisdom when adding the right human beings into the room.
At some point, you got to have a little bit of bad. You got to have a little bit of naughty, Z. You need somebody that can do that. You know that used to be naughty all the time.
I'm not
want
saying
that anymore.
I'm not saying I want
a church boys. That's what you want.
No. I'm not saying stack the locker room with choir boys, but I'm saying he is a problematic personality. He is He
just wants to be loved.
You don't need a superstar wide receiver to win the Super Bowl. All right, you go through Super Bowl winners. Typically, they don't have superstar wide receivers, and I just don't believe in building a roster with two different $100 million wide receivers. Now we can have,
but this is going to be the most money that the Denver Broncos have to work with.
Yep, that's true.
This is a window to do that. If you're gonna go out there and spend, you spend on the offense because of Bo Nix's rookie contract. We were one game away from the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying it's because of the receivers, but if you can add an elite receiver to go with Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, if they decide to keep someone like Marvin Mims, why would you not do that? On top of adding some running backs.
We will bounce this conversation off Mike Klis, see how realistic it actually is, coming up next.
Should Sean Payton be on a short leash as a play caller next season?
I'll give Sean and this offense 6 games next year to show that they have indeed made the jump. And by that point, if you're not averaging 25, 26 points per game offensively, sure, make the switch, hand it over.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cecil Lammy here for SodaWeightLoss.com, and they changed my life so much. I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat thanks to SodaWeightLoss.com. I lost over 60 pounds a few years ago, and I'm never going back. Having my own nutritionist made all the results. A real person, so I could go with questions, concerns, and maybe just even sometimes just need some encouragement. Join Soda Weight Loss for a short time to have results that last a lifetime, just like me. Call them up at 1-866-800-SODA, SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state-of-the-art.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Your initial visit is only $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair. DenverSports.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better. Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach Bai and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, we have Mike Klis with us here. Mike, thanks for making some time with us from the airport. Appreciate you. Mike, handful of stuff we need to get into with you, but we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to dive right into it. We were talking before about a conversation of, hey, Sean Payton goes to the Super Bowl every single year. To the rest of the country who is not in the trenches with the Broncos, Sean Payton just had the season of a lifetime that would warrant a victory lap. Sean Payton also, in the end of the season press conference, had a lightness about him. He was smiling. He was chatty. He was cracking jokes. He was referencing past jokes. It looked like he was in good spirits. And it doesn't really add up to me that for the first time, for a coach who does the most interviews of anyone in the NFL, why he wouldn't be at the Super Bowl. And by the way, he's got several of his players up for awards last night at the red carpet ceremony. Do you think it lives within the realm of possibility that Sean was told by Greg Penner, hey, you want to know what? You just had a back and forth sequence with your quarterback that was kind of soap opera-y, and you're I don't know if he would say this, but you're a bit unpredictable. Maybe we just lay low here for a little bit. Do you think that lives within the possibility, or the realm of possibility?
I mean, I'm sure that's possible, but from what I understood, because I think it was different this time than the previous times with the Broncos, is he got to the AFC Championship game, and I think he likes to take from what I understand, he wasn't coming anyway. It had nothing to do with the Bo deal. He was just he takes some time off right away as soon as he can, whether it's a bye, whether it's the end of the season. He has a couple of places that he goes to, one in particular probably this time of year, but he I think it had to do with the proximity. The season just ended is why he didn't show up to the Super Bowl. It was a little too soon. He needed a little more unwinding R&R was the reason. Plus, before, he always represented something. I think he went on the Kay Adams. He goes on the Kay Adams show every year in the Super Bowl, and he usually plugs something. Maybe he didn't have whatever it was that he plugs this year. I don't know, but I think it had more in relation to do with the AFC. He just played in the AFC Championship game. There wasn't enough time to unwind to go through with the Super Bowl. Had he gone to the Super Bowl, probably wouldn't have been for the Bronco deal. Probably would have been for Drew Brees going in the Hall of Fame. I knew they talked last night on the phone, but he decided, and maybe Drew Brees is the reason why he didn't show up. He didn't want to distract from that. So I don't know. It's not speculating, but from what I heard, it was the proximity to the AFC Championship game was the biggest reason why he didn't follow up and go right to the Super Bowl.
Mike, you were at the Super Bowl, man, so you got to talk to a bunch of people. We still want to know a little bit more about Davis Webb and what his role is actually going to be as the offensive coordinator. Did you get any more information on maybe Davis Webb having more power calling plays this year, or is it still up in the air?
Yeah, all the buzz is that he's calling plays, but it's also beware of reporting that because Sean Payton, if it gets out there before Sean Payton's ready to hand over the play calling duties, he may think better of it and not give it over. But I think Davis Webb will be calling the plays. It's something that we'll ask first thing of Sean Payton in the combine that's coming up in a couple of weeks. The question is, how soon does Sean Payton take it back? Is it 2 3 and outs? Is it 2 losses in a row?
Right.
I think he might start off with the intentions of Davis Webb, but Davis Webb better be real good calling plays right off the bat.
Hey, this conversation involving A.J. Brown, I mean, it is being reported left and right that he's got one step out of Philly. And we know that the Broncos need some more playmakers. The Broncos themselves are saying that. Garrett Bowles said that this week. Do you think it lives within the realm of possibility that the Broncos could go down the A.J. Brown path?
Possibly. I'm sure Sean Payton would, if a talent like that's available, Sean Payton would make his due diligent calls and find out if he thinks he fits in the locker room. Generally speaking, divas don't belong in Sean Payton's locker room. Michael Thomas turned into one after he became a star. He wasn't a diva when he first started off. I guess I would be surprised if Michael Thomas, was a fit with Sean Payton and the culture he tries to build. I mean, I thought A.J. Brown and
Nick Sirianni,
Devontae Smith. I thought to a large degree, the diva-ness kind of tore apart the Eagles a little bit this year. I thought it was a big reason why they, John Lynch told me this about the 2002 Tampa Bay Bucks. When they won it, it was everyone pulling together. The next year, everybody kind of wanted credit for getting the team to the Super Bowl. And that seems like that's what happened to the Eagles this past year. So I don't know. Obviously, Brown's a real good talent, but I'm going to be surprised if that type of guy who seemed to have some diva tendencies and then in the playoff game dropped 3 passes, which shows some mental weakness a bit. I'd be surprised if he's a fit, but I'm on the other hand, I can see a talent like that, Sean, checking out.
Mike, last one for me, man. You're at the NFL award ceremony, so you got to see a lot of people, a lot of the Denver Bronco players and coaches. Was there anyone in particular you felt like got snubbed out of winning an award this year?
I thought Bowles was going to get Protector of the Year, and it went to Joe Thuney.
Yep.
And I thought he would also here's the thing. I thought he deserved the Walter Payton Player Award. The guy opened a school, for crying out loud. He opened up his own training center. I don't know if anybody else in the NFL has done anything community-wise to that extent. But I know the NFL also likes to give the Walter Payton Award to someone a little more high profile. And I think that's why. So I didn't know if Bowles, if the vote was taken maybe at halftime of the Pro Bowl, he might have won the Walter Payton. But I just, he wasn't high profile enough to win that award. But he definitely was deserving of both of them. Benito, you knew Myles Garrett was getting every vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Vance Joseph should have won Assistant Coach of the Year. Went to and again, maybe they wanted a guy in the Super Bowl to win it. But
he did a great job over there in New England, Mike. Come on, he did a great job. It was a 4-win team. And Drake May missed out on MVP by a vote.
I know, that was close.
Super close.
I guess Josh was deserving. Now, the same guys who voted on that, or a lot of the same guys, but Vance got the Pro Football Writers Assistant Coach of the Year, but not the AP. So, and he was close on the assistant too. Vance finished a strong second. So, but he was deserving. I guess I'll go along with Josh McDaniels was deserving too. He did have a season of validation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's one thing to do it with Belichick and Tom Brady when you go into Super Bowls, but now you got a kid quarterback and a new coach. Pretty impressive what Josh did.
Yep. All right, Mike, we appreciate your time so much. We'll do this again next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that was our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Klis, presented by Fitness Gallery. They sell the world's finest equipment. I flipped him pretty easy on that.
I know. I'm kind of upset.
I hope he
with
never
Mike.
goes to the police station under questioning. He's been pointing fingers left and
He's
right.
like, yeah, you're right. He is guilty. He's
Zach
the one
did
that did it.
Yeah, Zach did it. Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, he's deserving of it. I still think VJ should have won it for what he did last year and then this year. But also, when you have a baby quarterback and you're able to help him get to where he's at today, that's big time.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you look at it pragmatically, that means removing the emotion of any sentiment. He was a deserving winner there. Okay, I want to get a thought out of my head when it comes to the Davis Webb play calling conversation. And also, last night was the NFL honors. You know what today is? It's the Drives Bronco honors. That's next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at denversports.com/superfan. That's denversports.com/superfan.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt, eliminate the stress, and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That is a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Call them today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh, my gosh. You'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Stoke here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auction for over 40 years, and they got one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending on February 11th at 9 o'clock. Over 290 items in this, a government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. Always one of my favorites. It's got SUVs, sedans, pickup, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now. Go see it all. Get yourself a great deal at rollerauction.com.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Done right. Kitchens, baths, finished basements, windows and doors. Brand new year? How about a brand new room or rooms? Hi, Dan Cicchini here. All new kitchen layout and a beautiful new look with a professionally designed total kitchen replacement or possibly a renew of that outdated kitchen with our own unique cabinet refacing and new countertops. Oh yeah. And Todd, what about those other special spaces?
Well, Dad, leaky, moldy, ugly bathrooms? Oh boy, not a space to feel good about. We can help with turnkey shower replacement and more if the entire room needs updated. And is your dingy basement just asking to become an awesome lower level? We'll handle it all start to finish.
All right, Todd, with great pricing options available and bank financing, our schedule's filling fast. Since 1985, kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, windows and doors. Done right. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Come see us at drhi.com. Thanks.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Colorado College starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD3, DU lacrosse faces Air Force starting at 11:30. Then at 6:30, DU hockey skates with Colorado College in Game 2. And on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Jose State with pregame starting at 6:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a Friday. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Truly, that first hour flew by. Appreciate Mike Klis joining us. And we still have so much to get to. But real quick, I want to just get this thought out of my head. You know, we've been like analyzing and diagnosing this play calling situation.
Yeah.
Concerning Sean Payton. Will he give over play calling? Will he not? And there's a lot of layers to it. But I've changed my tune on this, and I changed it from Monday to Tuesday,
Yeah.
or over the weekend, or whatever it was. Just the more I think about this, this thing, Davis Webb is going to be calling the plays. Now, how much of it, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you always shoehorn that one in. Like, you don't know, is it a hybrid role? But what you're saying is Davis Webb is going to be calling more plays, have a little bit more power than somebody may think.
Yeah, he will have an elevated role. Like, he is not going to be the Joe Lombardi of this offense. That's not going to happen, all right? And I know people out there are steadfastly saying, hey, Sean's not going to give up play calling. It's his identity and all that stuff. But
the more you just think it through and talk about it, like, and you exhaust the conversation, there's real smoke here.
There's a lot of smoke. I mean, Z, from the start, like, we're always questioning why Sean is not at the Super Bowl. Why Sean hasn't had a press conference about Davis Webb. Well, my guessing is one of the reasons is Sean's not ready to talk about it. One, about what's going on with him and Bo Nix, but also what's really going on with the play calling duties. Is it Sean? Is it Davis Webb? Does he even have a decision in all this? We don't know. And therefore, you have someone like Sean that's disappeared, not talking, when we want to know more about what's going on with Davis Webb and calling plays.
You know what I think, but definitely myself, did not put enough stock into a report from 9 days ago at this point involving a play caller not named Davis Webb. Who was the initial target for Sean Payton? Or I don't know about initial target, but was a target for offensive coordinator in addition to Davis Webb? It was Joe Brady. It was Joe Brady, who ultimately gets elevated and gets the Bills job.
Buffalo, yep.
But Sean Payton hired Joe Brady for his first job out of college. And what I have not put enough stock into is Ian Rappaport's report from 9 days ago involving Joe Brady before he was named head coach of the Buffalo Bills. And the report was that Joe Brady is a target for Sean Payton for offensive play caller, and it may involve handing over the play calling to Joe Brady. That was a report from Ian Rappaport. And if you think that Ian Rappaport just puts it out there willy-nilly that Sean Payton is considering handing play calling duties over to Joe Brady, the door is already open.
Yeah.
The door is open. And so if the door is open for Joe Brady, and the Raiders in your division want to hire, and you can't get Joe Brady, he gets the Bills job, but the Raiders want Davis Webb in division. The Ravens want Davis Webb. The Buffalo Bills wanted to interview Davis Webb.
Yep.
Now, maybe he wouldn't have been a play caller because Joe Brady's going to do that, but and you have these different organizations. Was it the Eagles as well?
Eagles, yep.
And you have these different organizations, offering play calling. And Sean, to Davis Webb, and Sean has already opened the door to give up play calling to someone like Joe Brady. It adds another layer of credence that I just personally think, and I know you do too, but we right now are in the minority right now. The majority of people, I think, are still believing that Sean Payton is going to be doing the play calling.
Which is understandable. It's Sean Payton. It's his baby. It's his identity. We talk about it all the time. But things have to change. And we went back and forth about Davis Webb and why would he want to take a role here with the Denver Broncos as an offensive coordinator if you're not going to be calling plays, where you can go somewhere else and be the man, somewhere else and call those plays. It doesn't make any sense. And then you just put that together with Joe Brady, and if Joe Brady would have came here, he would have been calling plays.
Right.
Now the question becomes, is it really Sean that's willing to step aside and give somebody else the opportunity to call plays, or is there somebody else telling him that it's time for him to be the CEO of this team and let somebody else do the play calling?
But why do you say that? Why are you saying that?
Like to me, it's like, why would Sean just give it up out of nowhere? Like just one day sit there and have a cup of coffee and say, you know what? I think it's time. It's hard for a person just to accept that you're not the same guy.
But I think that
somebody has to talk to you. Somebody has to be willing to sit there with you and kind of talk through things.
Well, I'm not saying that's not that hasn't happened, whether it was with Bill Parcells or someone else. But what I'm saying is that, or what needs to be included in this conversation is the deep reflection before the divisional round. We have never heard Sean talk like that. And so when he went down that road of, and I've referenced it 150 times, so you guys know what I'm talking about, but just for the sake of being inclusive, because our audience is always coming and going, when Sean Payton says, like, I got to be quick, and this is something I need to watch. And as I get older, I don't call plays the same way as I did when I was in my 30s and in my 40s. And he cites examples of what he would do on the 8-yard line, and now he thinks of all the stuff that can go wrong, and now he doesn't drive at night in the rain, and he is changing.
Yeah.
And then the next sequence is what happened in the AFC Championship game, and a part of his shortcomings calling plays directly impacts a trip to the Super Bowl. I think that, yes, could someone be encouraging him to do that, or maybe in the even extreme case of Greg Penner, like, and I have no idea what that would look like or sound like, but
sure.
but I guess that lives within the realm of possibility that, like, hey, like, let's maybe take a step back. Maybe that could have happened, but it sounded like Sean was already like in the mode of, do I still have my fastball? And then you put a meatball across the plate and they hit it out of the park and the Patriots go to the Super Bowl. Like, that could have been like the final sequence of, like, okay, I'm maybe not what I used to be, and maybe I need to show strength, and I'm totally speculating, but show strength by giving some of this up or asking for help or delegating,
And that may be the case. I just find it so hard to believe that a guy that believes so much in himself, so aggressive, won a Super Bowl because of his gut, and usually he goes on his gut, decides just one day, as Davis Webb is leaving to go either be a head coach or another offensive coordinator, that, okay, Joe Brady, I want you to, and I understand Joe Brady because there's a relationship there. Joe Brady has called plays for many years. All right, he's been with Sean, so they know each other well. You're talking about a first-time play caller, and Sean saying, I'm willing just to give you everything if that is the case. I think there's just a little bit more of, like, Sean was in between, like that play where he was indecisive and decides to call timeout and still goes for it. And in this case...
And changes the play.
He's indecisive when he talks about it before the Bills game. Do I still have my fastball? Well, Greg Penner is probably listening, or whoever else, but Greg Penner's the man in charge.
Sure.
He's probably listening to that and saying, okay, we have a coach that is a play caller. He doesn't necessarily have the same confidence as he used to have. Then you get into that game against the Patriots, and then everything goes to you-know-what.
Yep.
And it's like, he doesn't have it anymore. Let's sit down. Let's have this conversation and tell him lightly that he needs to step aside and just be the CEO. And it's okay. It's not going to take the pride aside. We have this young up-and-coming star in Davis Webb that we want to increase his role. And if we're going to give him the offensive coordinator label, then he needs to call plays. So all I'm saying is, I don't see Sean just wanting to step down and give it to a young buck. I see somebody else saying, hey, it's time for you to go a different direction for this team, because it's not about the Sean Payton. It's not the Sean Payton show. This is about the Denver Broncos and how close they were to the Super Bowl, and how some of the decisions Sean made throughout the game maybe put the Denver Broncos on the other side of the win column, and now they're looking at somebody else party and be in their house where they should be in the Super Bowl, and they're not because of some of the decisions Sean made or did not make. And now you have Greg Penner saying, hey, now I'm stepping in because I'm the boss around here, and I want changes because I want to get to that next step.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. One, you don't sound crazy, okay? You don't sound crazy. It could be all of this together.
Could be.
It could be all of this together, right? We're not behind those four walls, all right? So it could have a lot of this. I can't get the image of how upset Penner looked at the end of season press conference. And Greg Penner has become deeply passionate about the Denver Broncos, and I know that because he lives it. Like, this is not some... And I remember when they first bought the team, there was like, we would have hosts here that would joke around that it was a toy, that this is just some toy. It doesn't even matter to them. They say, oh, no. En contraire. He is here every single day. We're at training camp every single day.
Yep.
We see Greg Penner every single day. We see Carey every single day. We see them in the draft war room. We see them last night at the NFL Honors. They are entrenched. They could be anywhere in the world, but they're here. They are 1,000% entrenched. And when you're that close to the Super Bowl and all the spoils that come with the Super Bowl.
So what do you mean by that?
So because if you're yes, Penner's deeply passionate about the Broncos and this ownership group, Greg and Kerry specifically. That's who's steering this thing, and really Greg specifically. When you become deeply passionate, but also you're a businessman, you're actually a businessman first. The missed opportunity. I said something to you off the air that I'll just share on the air here. Like, how much money did the Denver Broncos lose out on from a valuation standpoint, from a brand standpoint, by not going to the Super Bowl?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
And I could just help you out. It's in the hundreds of millions, okay? It's in the hundreds of millions. All right? It's the most watched TV show every single year. Your brand, it's like a free commercial for your organization. And you think about the merch, and you think about the retention of season ticket holders. You think about everything that goes along with a run to the Super Bowl. And do not forget, I told you guys this 6-8 months ago, this is an organization that is about to ask its season ticket holders to fork over PSLs here in the next half decade.
PSLs, we got people coming and going. Please explain that a little bit more.
Personal seat license, where you're going to have to pay for the license to your seat, and that affords you the opportunity to then pay for your ticket.
And a lot of people are as we know, are not too happy with that right now.
No, but this is turning into the new norm for these new stadiums. But that doesn't mean it's going to be just because it's the norm now, specifically with the NFL, not in the NBA, not in Major League Baseball, right? Not in NHL, but NFL new stadiums specifically. It's turning into the new norm, but that doesn't mean when you introduce it for the first time in a new market, and because we go on remotes, season tickets holders, we talk to them, they don't know this is coming.
No, and when we tell them about it, they're in shock, they're upset a little bit. It's like, wow, it's a shocker.
So, and I don't want to make this whole conversation about PSLs because that's not what it's about, but I'm referencing it in terms of the dynamic of, like, you think about the missed opportunity of going to the Super Bowl and what it means from a business standpoint.
Publicity.
It's everything. And so when I see Greg Penner, who's a businessman first, as upset as he was at the end of the year press conference, and that was my biggest takeaway when I came in here at 2 o'clock on that day, like, damn, that dude is not playing around. That dude is upset. That dude didn't crack a smile. That dude did not have a lightness. All the characteristics that Sean had the day before were the opposite from Greg.
Because that dude wanted to be, and that dude, Greg Penner, wanted to be in the Super Bowl.
Yes. So it's one of these things where if Penner, I want to give credence to what you're saying. If Penner is furious, okay, on the missed opportunity of hundreds of millions of dollars of exposure. I mean, dude, you remember when DeAndre Hopkins caught that pass against the Bills in the Hail Mary in the regular season like 3 years ago?
Big old hands had the was it the Jordan logo?
You're on it.
Yeah.
And they estimated that was worth almost $100 million in free advertising. Well, what's the Super Bowl worth then? That was one catch in the regular season. What is a 2-week commercial for your organization worth? I might be shortchanging it. I mean, it could be $500 million.
Think about the mini documentary it would have been right before the Super Bowl even started on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
Talking about like the facility that's getting ready to be built or almost done.
Yes.
Talking about the stadium. Maybe they would have leaked out a little bit more about the stadium because nationally everybody is watching.
Yep. So long story long, okay, is what I'm saying is when you suggest that Greg Penner could have been involved in or could be involved in conversations if he's furious and believes that Sean Payton's shortcomings cost them, the organization, that opportunity. Maybe, and he's talking to other football people.
Yep.
Right? And I'm thinking of Jeff Legwold's reporting that his survey of defensive coaches and executives that Sean Payton's personnel groupings are no longer a strength. They're a weakness. They're a tell.
Everybody talks.
And so, like, maybe Penner is involved with these conversations of like, okay, so what's going to change? Okay, you want to fire Joe Lombardi? Okay, he's not calling plays, but I want to talk about real change. And if we have this shooting star in Davis Webb who is getting offered left and right, and he's in-house and he's our guy, maybe we need to have this conversation. I don't think you sound crazy.
No, and then you have to think of it like this. Like we've been asking, where's Sean? Where has he been during the Super Bowl? And then we start to speculate, well, maybe Greg Penner said, hey, like, lay loose, lay low a little bit. All right, just because of what's going on and the drama that's coming with it. So why wouldn't someone like Greg Penner, who owns this establishment, right? He owns this organization. Why wouldn't he want what's best for this team? And maybe what's best for this team moving forward is a fresh voice, fresh eyes when it comes to the play calling duties, and saying, look, if we're going to pay Davis Webb all this money and he's this shooting star, then he needs to call those damn plays. I just think that maybe Greg Penner is sitting there saying, Sean, you're the CEO of the team, but everybody else has to pull their weight. And we know that Greg Penner is a businessman, and he knows how the CEO business works because he is one. And so he's telling Sean to stay in his lane and just be that head coach and let Davis Webb do his part now.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Many layers to this one. And we just don't know. But the silence right now is deafening. And everyone is wondering what is going on with the play calling. What is going on with the play calling? And we don't know for sure. But I'll tell you this. The more we have these conversations and exhaust these conversations, even separate from the Penner dynamic, it just feels like this thing is trending to Davis Webb being the play caller. To what degree? Is it we toss out all these,
the hybrid.
Yeah, the hybrid. Is it the end of half? Is it the first 15? Is it end of half, end of game? Is it the when you have to go hurry up? I mean, what could it be? I don't know. Maybe it's all of it. Maybe it's every bit of it. Maybe he is just the freaking play caller. I don't know. But the more we have these conversations and just sort of acknowledge some of the natural factors, how desirable he was, right? And the fact that the door was open for Joe Brady 9 days ago to call plays. Why wouldn't it be open to Davis Webb if you think he's a shooting star? You're the one who identified him. You're the one who said, I can't believe we let him leave and have him do a U-turn right now. We're hiring him. This thing, it's getting to the point where, and I understand we're in the minority, but I think this will age well for us. I do not believe that Sean Payton is retaining 100% of the play calling. I no longer believe that.
Yeah, I believe, just like you, it's Davis Webb. It's the Davis Webb show. But like we say all the time, Sean Payton, if it doesn't go right, he can always take back play calling duties because he's the head coach.
Yep.
And that's something that maybe even Greg Penner himself pitched. You can always take it back if it's not working out. But let's try something different. Let's try something new to see if we can't get to that damn Super Bowl.
You know, one of the biggest adjustments, if this goes down the way that we believe it's going to go down, honestly, it's Sean's ego.
Yeah.
And ego can be an incredibly powerful thing. It can be. And we all have egos to a certain degree. But Sean's is sizable, and we know that. Everyone knows that. And so this is going to be, for the first time in a long time, I say this phrase, and I've been saying it back to my Albany days, swallowing the jagged pill of humility. There is going to have to be a level of pride that is checked for this next sequence of Denver Broncos football.
Get your popcorn ready. We're fixing to find out. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, we're speculating, but I think fairly so. I think there's enough clues here. Dante, you got something there behind the glass here.
Yeah, to me, it's what right does Greg Penner have to be frustrated with Sean Payton? This organization was a dumpster fire before Sean Payton got here.
Sure.
And now he had them the number one seed in the AFC. He's developed the sixth best quarterback out of the quarterback class last year. He had them hosting the AFC Championship. He had them 3 points away. If Will Lutz makes a couple field goals here and there, they'd be in the Super Bowl, the backup quarterback. Yeah. What right does Greg Penner have to be mad at Sean Payton?
Well, the right is Greg Penner is writing everybody's check. All right, he
also wrote the check for Nathaniel Hackett.
Sean is one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL for a reason. Sean's the one running his mouth talking about, hey, it's Super Bowl. All right, so when you put all that pressure on an organization that's building up that you better get to a Super Bowl and you almost get there, but things don't go right and there's a couple plays that Sean messes up, right? Then you look there and that's why you get upset.
And something that I would add is like, I'm not even saying that the things you said are true, right? But it's about your vantage point and your perspective, and I don't know what his vantage point and perspective is.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, he may not be falling over himself, thankful for Sean as the owner of the team. I don't know how his mind works. But also, we have to remember this too. And we talk about this dynamic with Vance Joseph. That, man, you're going to have to kill it to keep your job. Well, why? Well, you weren't really the first choice. And you also weren't the second choice.
Yeah.
And that is the case with Sean Payton. Now, Sean Payton has killed it here. Killed it. Sean Payton is a great coach, right? Great coach.
One game away from the Super Bowl. One half.
No doubt. But also that's the human element as well of, like, if I'm not saying Sean's not his guy, but, like, we talk about this, like, with hand-picked players and stuff.
Yeah.
And even when someone's playing well, Vele, right? 7th rounder, 470. Like, every metric about Vele was better than Pat Bryant this year. Every metric.
But yet Bailey was out the door.
Right. But we would all agree, hey, Pat Bryant had pretty good. Well, what did Vele do then? And so it's just one of these things, like the human element of, like, how are you viewing the situation?
Yeah.
And I just don't know. The one thing I think I know, though, is I do not believe that Greg Penner is a fan of Sean Payton's unpredictability. That's one thing I know.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that. I mean, there's too many times Sean had to come back out and apologize. He didn't do it of the kindness of his heart. He did it because Greg Penner, my guest, and said, hey, look, dude, we got to make things right. You're going to have to go out there and apologize for some of the things you've said.
And you just lived through another sequence of that right now. We'll talk about Bo's injury in detail in a way that you literally preach how you don't. And then the quarterback's pissed.
Yeah.
And now the quarterback wants to talk to the media. And the whole thing probably is irritating the hell out of Greg Penner, I would imagine. Okay. We'll get back to the Drive's Broncos honors. We were supposed to do that here, but we got way too caught up. We'll get to it. Also, I have something to say that's probably not going to be very popular about one of the most beloved athletes in Denver sports, but I believe it, and I'm going to say it anyway next.
Do the Broncos need to double down on the tight end position again this offseason?
I'm not interested in garage projects. I'm not interested in blocking tight ends. This team needs playmakers. This team needs weapons. And because of that, you're going to need to get two. You're going to need to get a free agent, and you're going to need to have a rookie.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Hey, it's Zach By here. Protect your home with 5280 Exteriors and their James Hardy siding, Timber Tech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows. They also offer 60 months, no interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Colorado College starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD3, DU lacrosse faces Air Force starting at 11:30. Then at 6:30, DU hockey skates with Colorado College in Game 2. And on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Jose State with pregame starting at 6:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 Count on The Drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty.
There you go.
Got to hold it on a Friday. All right, so I said going into the last break, I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be very popular about one of the most beloved athletes in Denver sports. And, doing this job, I cannot worry about what's popular and what's not. I have to just be honest with myself.
Yeah.
And then communicate that to you and to our audience.
And then we'll talk you out of it. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing over and over.
Maybe. One of my favorite quotes, maybe my favorite quote in life is, I don't know the key to success, but I know the key to failure is try to make everyone happy. Okay?
Ain't that the truth?
And so, Gabe Landeskog.
What's going on? What's up?
Gabe Landeskog has not suited up for the Avalanche in over a month. Okay? Remember, he had that scary collision against the Florida Panthers back in very early January, over a month ago. So he hasn't been around. The Avs, maybe not so coincidentally, started to play their worst hockey of the year. Okay?
Shocker, right?
And so you're missing your captain. He hasn't played for the team in over a month, but he's going to go play in the Olympics next week? Again, I don't like it. I don't like it. You're not available to your team. You haven't played in over a month, but you're going to be back on the ice playing the most intense hockey maybe of the year, representing Sweden in the Olympics. And all due respect, okay, and I literally mean that. I am not trying to be rude or disrespectful at all, because what's important to Gabe is not important to me. I don't care about Sweden. I care about the Colorado Avalanche.
For sure.
I care about making a Stanley Cup run. And this team has been unable to make a cup run without him.
Well, it's been so long waiting for him, and he finally shows up.
Correct.
Does a really good job in the playoffs. All right, this is his first year actually on the ice consistently. He gets banged up with, my guessing is, some kind of rib injury, maybe something different. And he's been in there getting all the medical help he can possibly get, training staff and all that, just to get healthy for the Olympics. When we need him for the rest of this season, I'm with you on this. Usually I'm against you, but this time I'm with you. I don't really want to see Gabe out there skating for Sweden. I want to see Gabe out there skating for the Colorado Avalanche, because that is what matters the most to us, to me.
Yes, I want to
make sure that our captain's healthy.
I want to parade.
I do too.
And I understand you want to represent your country, and you should. That's what. And I literally mean, like, what's important to him is not important to me. And you're the team captain. You haven't played in over a month. And, dude, I'm just telling you, he better he cannot get hurt out there. He cannot get hurt out there.
Well, we don't want any of our guys getting hurt out there.
There's
8 of them, right?
There's
8 of them that are suiting up for their country, and we need everybody, man. We're this wagon. We need to get better with the power play.
Well, they haven't been a wagon without Gabe.
And they haven't been a wagon without Gabe, man.
And he hasn't played in over a month, and he's going to be on the ice in intense competition literally next week. I don't love it, and I'm unbothered whether that's unpopular because everyone wants him to go play. And I understand that perspective. I just disagree with it. Period. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, Payton Watson. Speaking of another injured Denver athlete, Payton Watson, Tony Jones from The Athletic put it out there, grade 2 hamstring. This typically is a 1 month to 2 month injury.
Yeah.
The Denver Nuggets put it out there today that he will be reevaluated in 1 month. That does not mean, we know, that he'll be back in 1 month. That's just when they're going to check in on the status. It's, we knew that this news was coming,
yep,
but it doesn't make it any easier to swallow once you actually get the news.
Well, see, like it's more of like when it rains, it pours. All right, we're banged up as a unit. You're still looking for Cam Johnson to come back. AG, we don't know when he's coming back. Now it's Payton Watson. But also it puts stress on someone like Christian Brown, who just got back in the mix. All right, now he's going to have to play more minutes. All right, another one is Jokic. I thought they were on the time limit, but I guess they're not. And so what does that look like when you have to start to force your starters and all these other players to play a significant amount of minutes? You start getting hurt. So I'm just worried about everybody else now. I'm worried about Jokic. I'm worried about Jamal Murray, who has put this team on his back so far and has done his part. We have to be healthy if we're going to make a run in the postseason. we have to be healthy and have everybody if we're going to beat the Thunder. And right now, we're just a team that's dealing with the injury bug.
Well, it's incredibly relevant news. It's bad news. We hate it for P-Watt, hate it for the Denver Nuggets. And you start looking at the calendar, it's like, okay, right now it's February 6th. If he's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks, that puts you at April 6th, right? Or excuse me, March 6th. Well, the season's over in early April in terms of the regular season. Yeah. So if this is like the 2-month variety, because it's typically 4 to 8 weeks, if it's a 2-month injury, you're talking about not having Payton Watson. Like he's going to have a very short runway to reacclimate himself before the NBA playoffs start, and it's just really, really unfortunate. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, Matthew Stafford took home the NFL MVP last night. Is Stafford, after that award, is he, do you believe, a first ballot Hall of Famer with the numbers that he put up, not only recently but also in Detroit? They were just gargantuan monster numbers. He's got a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He did not win Super Bowl MVP. That was Cooper Kupp, right?
Coop did.
But now he's got a regular season MVP. To go with a Super Bowl, he's going to have, his numbers are going to be Star Wars top 10 numbers. Yeah. Do you think Matthew Stafford is a first ballot Hall of Famer?
You know what? I'm going to go with yes, because he did win that Super Bowl. He now has that MVP. His stats are going to be outrageous and phenomenal. And so, therefore, I do, Zach. I think he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he still has more time. The Rams are going to have a chance next year as well. Anytime you have Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay in the same room together or the same team, you're going to have a chance to get back to a Super Bowl. So I'm going to say yes, man. What are you thinking? It's the stats. It's the Super Bowl. It's the MVP right now.
Yeah. Man, first ballot. Yeah, I think so. Because in addition to the numbers, and the numbers, guys, right now, Stafford has thrown the 7th most touchdowns in the history of NFL football and the 6th most passing yards in the history of NFL football. If he stays healthy for another year, he's going to be top 5 in the yard mark because he'll pass Aaron Rodgers, probably. So you're top 10 in passing yards, you're top 10 in touchdowns. You have a Super Bowl plus a regular season MVP.
Yeah.
I think it'll be close, but I do think ultimately he will be voted as a first-team Hall of Fame quarterback. We'll see. We'll see how it ages over the next couple years. And does he come back for 1 more year? Is it 2 more years?
Yep.
Like, that could matter. All right. Shifting gears. Last night was the NFL honors. Today, it's the Drive's Bronco honors, and we'll get to it next.
How concerning is the lack of production for the Avalanche on the power play?
If this doesn't change, they will get beat again in the postseason the same way that they did last year because of the same issue that somehow it's gotten worse.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Have you ever noticed how every great hangout has that one thing everybody crowds around? No, not the TV. I'm talking about Daisy's French Onion Dip. Yeah, that bowl that magically empties in 5 minutes. Because Daisy's French Onion Dip and ranch dips aren't just delicious. They're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial anything, just pure creamy pass me another chip goodness. And listen, chips, wings, and veggies, I don't discriminate. If it dips, it's diving into Daisy's. So for your next snack attack, do what I do and grab Daisy's French Onion Dip and watch the crowd follow you.
A lot of personal injury lawyers make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 27 best lawyers in America, 17 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hey,
your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastery at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hello, Colorado. This is David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, the home of Yes, You're Approved. Have you wanted to purchase a home or refinance one and been told no due to high debt ratios, low credit scores, employment length, or any other options that most banks deny? Well, we've expanded our guidelines to allow no W-2s or tax return options. If you're finding it hard going a traditional route, you might just need an out-of-the-box lender. We can approve with bank statements only, asset depletion, DSCR, DTIs over 50%, and less than perfect credit is okay. Don't let fear or someone else's no stop you from saving money on a home you own or buying one. At U.S. Mortgages, we say yes. No upfront fees and no risk, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Experience the thrill of Division I gymnastics on Valentine's Day in Pink as DU Gymnastics hosts Arizona for the annual Pink Out with the Pios presented by Common Spirit. Spread the love, purchase your tickets, wear pink, and cheer on Denver Gymnastics. It will be a nonstop party this Valentine's Day in Magnus Arena.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Klis. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Friday.
Look at you.
You like that?
I love it.
Happy Friday, everyone. I know the Denver Broncos should be in the Super Bowl, and it's a little bit irritating. But we are making the best of it here on the Drive. And last night we had the NFL honors.
Yep.
Okay. Do you think Bowles got snubbed?
I do, man. I mean,
which one?
From the Protector Award.
Yep.
And if you want to say, because Mike Klis came on these airwaves and said for the Walter Payton one as well.
Yeah, Walter
I understand
Payton Man of the
that
Year.
one. Everybody gets a crack at it from every team, and that's more of a personality. That's more of a bigger name thing when you are getting the Walter Payton Award.
Yeah, Mike said that they like to give it to higher profile players.
Do you agree with him on that?
I never thought about it like that. If that is the approach, I mean, it's just wrong. You should not let status be the compass of a decision that is rooted in such good values.
Yeah.
And so that shouldn't be put on the scale even not 1%. Because here's the thing. You can if that dynamic exists, and I don't know if it does, but if it does exist, it should be the opposite. You should be able to raise someone's profile who otherwise doesn't have a great profile because they're doing great things. So I hope that's not the case, but I actually never thought about it until Klis said it.
Yeah. So and so with that being said, the Protector of the Year award I thought should have went to Garrett Bowles. He didn't give up a sack this year, and if he did, it was one, and I don't think they gave it to him. So why wouldn't he, after playing over 600 snaps, not be the Protector of the Year? He's a left tackle protecting the blind side of a young quarterback that's right-handed. That means if that quarterback gets hit from Garrett Bowles' side, it could really injure him because he's facing the other side, so it's hitting him in his back. So I don't understand why GB would not be the man that's holding up that award.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You could see they showed him on camera real quick after Joe Thuney went up there and won the award, and it was like, man, he was let down. He was let down. So good for Bowles for being there. I know we talked about it yesterday. It's the best Denver sports turnaround story that I can think of. And so it's an honor unto itself for being there. So we can do our own awards, though. We can do our own awards.
So maybe GB will win one of our awards.
Well, we'll see.
Ours are better.
Who was the Broncos' offensive MVP this year?
Yeah, I'm not going to make this too hard. I'm not going to think outside the box. And now, before we start this, when we're going through these awards, it's not just the regular season, right? We're putting in this.
We can absolutely throw the postseason in.
Okay, that's good. Let's do the whole season. With that being said, the MVP for me has to go to Mr. Bo Nix. Almost 4,000 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, or 11 interceptions this year.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was healthy for a majority of the year, he was coming up big in those clutch moments in the fourth quarter, those comebacks. That's because of Bo Nix. But also, we felt his presence not being there when Bo Nix was hurt, and Jarrett Stidham had to be our quarterback. And we all sit here and say till this day, if we have Bo Nix, we win that game. Or if we have Bo Nix, we have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. What if that's the case? Then Bo Nix has to be the most valuable player on this team. He plays the quarterback position, and he did so much for us in those clutch time moments, those clutch time situations. The MVP for me goes to old Mr. Bo Nix, Zach.
All right, that's certainly not a wrong answer. I'm not going to go Bo Nix. You just did. I'll pick someone else. I'll say the offensive MVP was the guy that we were just talking about, Garrett Bowles.
Wow, MVP.
First team All-Pro at left tackle. Are you kidding me? Allowing a sack over the course of an NFL season? Did Bo Nix throw it a lot? Yeah. Did Bo Nix throw more passes in the NFL this year than any quarterback? Yeah, he did. He led the whole league. And you have an All-Pro at left tackle? I mean, look, we have a tendency, like your mom, you have a tendency to take them for granted, all right, until they go away.
Mm.
And so you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Yeah.
And when you have a first-team All-Pro left tackle who gave up a single sack all season long, 19 games, are you kidding me?
Come on now.
Hey, we have got to acknowledge this guy's value because I promise you will feel it when he's gone. I promise. I pinky promise. First-team All-Pro left tackles aren't just walking around. I mean, when's the last time the Broncos had one of those? Many years ago. So, Garrett Bowles will be my offensive MVP.
I like it. I mean, with GB, I knew he was going to make the cut at some point. But the respect that you're giving my man, the offensive line, like that's a great thing right there. And Garrett Bowles, he would love it, right? He'd give you a big hug. He'll give you that GB zone hug.
Love it.
And I can't have any pushback on that. It's the offensive line. Like they are the engine, right? They're the heartbeat of this team, and they're protecting the quarterback. They're protecting the running backs. They're giving the quarterback time to throw the ball as much as possible. So, yeah, the GB zone, I love it.
We need to get Garrett Bowles in this studio.
Man, I talked to him the other day, and he swears he's going to come in. And he's been so busy, which he has been.
Yeah, he has been.
You know, with the football going on, his foundations. And it's easier to get him at Radio Row because he's just roaming around talking to everybody.
Right.
But I need to get his butt in here, and I'll talk to him once he gets back.
He is, man, this guy, I said it yesterday. I think the guy's going in the Ring of Fame. I do. I genuinely believe that. That one day Garrett Bowles is going, because it's not just about the stats, although he has that.
He does.
The accolades. Now he's 2-time All-Pro. But first-team All-Pro is just different. It's just different. Like, think about this. As great as Demaryius Thomas was, he was never first-team All-Pro.
Which is insane to think. Like, his stats, what he has done for the Denver Broncos, the moments, and not an All-Pro.
No. Tony Parker, Hall of Fame player for the San Antonio Spurs, was never first-team All-NBA. That's it's the first team. It's first team.
Insane.
It's so hard to get. I think GB in time with more assumed winning and more longevity will eventually live forever up there. All right, shifting gears here. Phil, we will. Do you want to have because we have to finish the honors?
Yes.
Okay. But we also have to talk about the A.J. Brown situation. What do you want to do?
Let's finish the honors. And then slip it, unless you want to go A.J. Brown. You know what? A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. We'll have the conversation about A.J. Brown. Does it fit here in Denver? Does it actually live within the realm of reality? And there may be an added detail to this conversation that hasn't been said, and I actually think it matters. And we'll talk about it next.
Should Sean Payton be on a short leash as a play caller next season?
I'll give Sean and this offense 6 games next year to show that they have indeed made the jump. And by that point, if you're not averaging 25, 26 points per game offensively, sure, make the switch, hand it over.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And it's a brand new year. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that is the case, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers. So whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it all begins. This new year, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else?
You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, "Don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food." But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Women go through many changes in their lives. And we believe each milestone matters. That every new candle represents another step in your story. Our healthcare experts support women at every stage of life. Because each chapter deserves to be celebrated. Women's health. Nurture what's next. Find care near you at mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Hellsberg. Shop and store are at hellsberg.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Colorado College starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD3, DU lacrosse faces Air Force starting at 11:30. Then at 6:30, DU hockey skates with Colorado College in Game 2. And on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Jose State with pregame starting at 6:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach Bai and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, so there's plenty of chatter this week connecting the Broncos with one player who's potentially on the move. Does it make sense?
Is it good? Is it good enough?
So there's rumors swirling about A.J. Brown, how he's got 1 foot out of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
All right. And Diana Rossini went on the air in Philly and went on 94 WIP and made some waves and talked about how it could just be the end between he and the organization, which wouldn't be shocking. I mean, if you're paying attention to that situation in Philadelphia, like the signs are pointing towards like, yeah, this has all the hallmarks of a impending divorce.
The writing's on the wall. With A.J. Brown and the head coach, A.J. Brown and the franchise quarterback over there, the pouting on the sideline, getting in each other's face, reading the book last year during a football game.
Unbelievable.
I'm like, man, you're not reading that book.
I'm just like, what a bizarre way to do a look at me thing. Like, it's just like, there's a lot of look at me stuff that you can do, but like breaking out a book.
My man was reading a book during a game. You can't make that up.
And then Dante's boy bought the book and was reading it at the bar. and that book in general like exploded. It like became like, I don't know if it became a bestseller, but like people were doing it as a gag. But yeah, so it looks like it could be coming to an end there in Philly. Would you entertain someone like A.J. Brown here in Denver?
Heck yes. We've been looking. Everybody's like, we need a star receiver. We need a star receiver. Courtland Sutton's not it. Now, I don't want to get rid of Courtland. I want to pair him with a quote-unquote star receiver because A.J. Brown, can we agree, is a star receiver?
He is a star, yeah.
Yeah, so now we have a star receiver to pair with Courtland Sutton, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, and we could throw in Marvin Mims if they're going to use him this year. If not, maybe they trade him. He has 1 year on his contract. But to have A.J. Brown in the building that Bo Nix can throw the ball to, A.J. Brown, strong hands, big body, fast, can get off the line of scrimmage, all right, hits the middle of the field, loves to catch down the middle of the field, will free up Courtland Sutton. And now you have two receivers that have went over 1,000-yard years multiple times. Courtland has 3,000-yard years under his belt. You have A.J. Brown with 6. Give me that. We have more money. You have Bo Nix on a rookie deal. So why not stack up on offense? Preferably, if you're going to stack up on offense this year, do it with some vets like you did to the defense last year.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go get a Super Bowl.
Well, look, you don't sound crazy. A.J. Brown is a incredible talent. I mean, incredible. It wasn't more than just a couple years ago that, forget 1,000 yards, he was going for over 1,400 yards. Like, the guy is an elite talent.
Yeah.
Elite. But he's also a headache. And he's also a bit of a bad apple. And if you are unhappy, and not just unhappy, you are stomping your feet, you're reading books, and you're in a great winning Super Bowl, a literal Super Bowl winning situation where you are the number one target on the team, and that's still not good enough, you're pumping out Hall of Fame stats with a great team.
But sometimes it's about the fit. It's about the quarterback relationship. It's about the head coach relationship.
You think he'd be good for Bo's development?
I definitely do. I think for Bo Nix, it's not just about A.J. Brown for 4 or 5 years here. It's for A.J. Brown the right now. Bo Nix right now. And if Bo Nix can have another safety blanket, a bigger receiver that he can get involved, all right, a superstar receiver, it's only going to help Bo Nix development, and it's going to free up other receivers like Troy Franklin for the deep ball. All right, Courtland Sutton, who went for 1,000 yards this year, he'll be able to still have his time. You're just adding more weapons. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for explosive running backs, another receiver, another tight end. Like, we need people around Bo Nix so that he can thrive, so that he can flourish and continue to work on his game. I love having A.J. Brown in the building, and I think
you love it.
My goodness, he's misunderstood.
He's misunderstood. He says
he's misunderstood.
Oh.
You have a guy that comes in here. He knows he can't mess around anymore. This is going to be his third team. He's going to be with the organization with Greg Penner, with George Payton and Sean Payton. They're not messing around. But also, you have a guy like A.J. Brown that has been there, done that. He knows how to get to a Super Bowl. You need more of that on the offensive side of the ball like you did on the defense last year.
So his first organization said, you want to know what? Man, you're really talented, but
Tennessee,
we want you to go away.
They just got rid of Mike Vrabel, and Mike Vrabel's in the Super Bowl. That's a bad organization.
I agree it's a bad organization, but this is twice now. How about Philly? Is Philly a bad organization?
No, now Philly's not. But
they're a great organization.
There's some turmoil there, man.
So where they know him best at, they're saying, we might need you to go away.
Sometimes all you need is a little love.
Now, let me present something that actually would help your argument.
Please do.
And I actually haven't heard this. Not saying that no one else has mentioned it, but I just personally haven't heard it. The Denver Broncos were willing to go down a road with a headache, with a not a great reputation at the same position just last offseason.
Who are you talking about?
Stephon Diggs.
And
that was not and I forget how widely reported that was last offseason. I legitimately
I think towards the end, it started to heat up a little bit after he decided to go to the Patriots.
So, but he just said at the Super Bowl this week, yeah, we were in talks. We were in talks with the Denver Broncos. So, and if you're in talks, that means there was a real level of interest for a problematic wide receiver who, just like in this, has had two different organizations say, okay, like enough's enough. You've kind of worn out your welcome here. And
but look what he has done for Drake May.
And that's why I think it builds your argument, because especially when you're a problematic wide receiver and you're in the first year with a new organization, boy, these guys are on their best behavior. Like when he first got to Buffalo after wearing out his welcome in Minnesota, talking about Diggs, he was great. By the end of it, after he's comfortable enough to, be himself, he's passing out pink powder. So
pink powder. I mean,
I still don't know what that pink powder was.
Put in the energy drinks.
I still don't know what that pink powder.
Pre-workout.
He wasn't passing it to an old girl for pre-workout. So it's just one of these things where, you know what, you're probably right. Like in the first year with A.J. Brown, it'd probably be like no issues.
Reading a book. Like he's gonna make sure everybody's reading. Everybody is just zen. Everybody woo-saw. Like you gotta love that, right?
Oh my gosh. I would not. This is a really good situation here. And all I've heard about is just how selfless this group is, how together and connected this group is. And A.J. Brown is about A.J. Brown. And so for all of his talents, and I don't think you sound crazy. I don't think you sound crazy because you don't. And you're not alone. There's other people who want A.J. Brown here. But for my view of this, really, it feels like there's a bit of a purity to what's going on right now.
You in this purity.
When the coach and quarterback aren't in a public feud.
Exactly. Like, come on, look at them. They're arguing every other day. Screaming at each other on the sideline. Chaotic.
Oh, my gosh.
We need more of that. We need some bad boys. We need some naughty boys. Like you, ZB.
Oh, my gosh. God. I just can't get there, but I understand why you do.
But would you be excited if they decided to go down that route?
I would go into it with an open mind. I really would. But I just don't know. Also, just like philosophy-wise, like if it's the right approach of having two $100 million wide receivers on your team. Typically, that's not the prudent way to build a football team.
I mean, look at the Bengals. They're struggling.
I got a question for you.
Here we go. No, Z. I want them to work together. I want them to work together.
But if the only choice was Courtland Sutton for A.J. Brown, because we're talking about A.J. Brown like you can just pick him off the shelf. Someone's going to have to trade for him. So I want to see how much you really want A.J. Brown.
Well,
I'll see how much you really want A.J. Brown.
No, for sure. A.J. Brown this year, 78 receptions, a little over 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Well, Courtland Sutton, same stats.
Yeah, it's almost the same exact stats.
74, a little over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Yep.
Would I give up Courtland Sutton for A.J. Brown?
Hold on. Don't tell me right now. Keep that in your pocket. All right, I'll hear your answer, plus we'll play some trivia next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at denversports.com/superfan. That's denversports.com/superfan.
Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you, and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're gonna do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about your water heater. A water heater is a vital part of your home's plumbing. When it doesn't work, it can really freeze up your routine. Call the pros at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing about water heater options for your home. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment.
The local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So, make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Stoking for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auction for over 40 years, and they got one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending on February 11th at 9 o'clock. Over 290 items in this, a government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. Always one of my favorites. It's got SUVs, sedans, pickup, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now. Go see it all. Get yourself a great deal at rollerauction.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
Today's trivia on The Fan is brought to you by Window Nation.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, we'll play some trivia here in just a second. Would you trade? You want A.J. Brown so bad.
Give me A.J. Brown.
You want him so bad. I say no thank you. No thank you. Not inviting a fox into the hen house. No thank you. So how bad do you want him? Because you're going to have to trade for him. You're going to have to trade for him. He's not coming for free. All right? Now, the package is not going to be insane because of the contract that he's on. But would you trade Courtland Sutton for A.J. Brown?
Would I trade Court for A.J.? I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman in this one. I'm looking at this as, is A.J. Brown going to come in here and help us win a Super Bowl? Courtland Sutton this year, he took a step back when it came to catching the football. Now, he did go for his 1,000 yards, but he had too many drops.
One drop out of every 9 catchable passes.
But so did A.J. Brown. I mean, A.J. Brown had a couple big-time drops in that playoff game.
He did. So he drops the ball and cries. All right, so tell me, businessman. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to keep Court. I'm going to keep Court. They had the same stats, except Courtland had 4 less targets and was able to get 10 more yards more than A.J. Brown this year.
Now, A.J. Brown missed two games, so you could take that into account as well.
Oh, for sure. A.J. and you have Courtland Sutton that's been available. And guess what? There were times where Bo Nix was only throwing Court the ball one time in the game.
Yeah, true.
So
you do that with A.J. Brown, you're going to fist fight at the halftime.
Oh, he's going to throw that book at you.
Yep.
So
throw the book at you.
No, I am not trading Courtland for A.J. Brown. I want those two to be together if they do decide to go after A.J. Brown. But Courtland's here to stay. We're going to get some more receivers on the market. So you're going to be able to pick a different receiver, maybe a speedster if that's what you're looking for. Maybe you draft another one.
Yeah.
But Court's here to stay. What about you? You trading Court?
No, absolutely not. You can miss me with the whole A.J. Brown stuff. You can just I'm not on board whatsoever. Not interested. That seems like inviting a headache, and this situation, it's too good right now.
It's great for radio.
It's too connected. Oh, it would be great for radio, but so yeah, just no thanks. But we'll see what happens because again, I bring up the Diggs stuff. If you were willing to go down that road with Diggs, which they were,
yep.
Would you be willing to put maybe personality or his past aside for an elite playmaking talent? And he is that. I mean, he is that. So, all right, you want to play some trivia?
Let's go.
All right, Dante Gomez. Can you hit that music?
Question number 1. Nuggets All-Star. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray are Nuggets All-Star teammates. Who was the last pair of Nuggets to represent the team in the All-Star game?
Ooh, that's a good question. Deke, do you mind grabbing Alex too? Because so we have no Drew. Drew Spivak, producer, is on vacation. He's actually at the Waste Management Open.
Yeah. Was that? This is like his 3rd vacation of the year?
I have no idea how it works. I've never met a guy who had paternity leave and just spreads it out and uses it as vacation. It's got to be the first time
Smart.
ever.
Smart.
So Alex is with us. And by the way, so Alex is a part of our team now here in the evenings, doing social media clips for us. And so welcome, Alex, for sure. But also, when Drew is here, this will put us at even strength. Like the morning show plays with Mark, Mike, Stoke, Ty, and John Simmer.
5 guys.
5 guys. We play with 4 every week.
Mm-hmm.
Today we would have just 3 if Alex wasn't here. So, all right. So Jamal and Jokic are all-star teammates. When was the last time that there was 2 all-stars? So My initial thought is the Carmelo Anthony era.
Yep.
And was Chauncey Billups an all-star in Denver?
So it has to be in Denver?
Yeah. Two Nuggets teammates. So it hasn't happened in forever. When was the last time that the Nuggets had two Denver Nuggets in the All-Star game, like they will have this year with Jokic and Murray?
Chauncey would be a good one. Chauncey, Carmelo. AI wasn't with Carmelo, was he?
He was.
That was my question.
AI,
was AI an
Carmelo.
all-star that same year that he was here in Denver?
As a Nugget?
Was he kind of washed up by then?
He wasn't washed, but he was not in his prime anymore. I mean, prime AI is, 2000, 2001, 2002.
Breaking ankles.
He was the MVP of the league.
Stepping over Ty Lue.
Yeah, 2001. Man, I don't think it's AI. I mean, I wouldn't be floored if it is, but I don't think it is.
Was he here for a whole year?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I thought he got traded here midseason.
I think he did, but I think he was here the following year, I want to say. But you want to know what? I mean, that was before my time living here in Denver, so Who would be another candidate?
What about like the season after Melo left? The team that won all those regular season games.
Yeah, they were like by committee. Yeah, they won 67 games, I want to say, but it was like by committee. They had the best home record in the league, best home record in Nuggets history, but it was like...
It was win that many games, usually you get an all-star too.
Yeah, no, I understand why you would say that. I just don't think...
I don't remember them having an all-star on that team. I remember being upset watching it and being like, how did we not get one? But maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like that team didn't have any all-stars. It was all by committee.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of other candidates like Kenyon Martin, but I was
going to say Marcus Camby? No.
Birdman.
No, it wasn't
No.
Birdman.
Although he was at All-Star Weekend in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else, guys. So are you guys cool with going with taking a stab at Melo and Chauncey?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's go Melo Chauncey.
All right, let's go Melo and Chauncey. Final answer, send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answer, Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Good job, y'all.
All right, we got to go to break. Let's we'll finish up the rest of trivia next.
How concerning is the lack of production for the Avalanche on the power play?
If this doesn't change, they will get beat again in the postseason the same way that they did last year because of the same issue that somehow it's gotten worse.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26.
New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here, to help. Just give us a call at 303-LAW-4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303-LAW-4040.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Colorado College starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD3, DU lacrosse faces Air Force starting at 11:30. Then at 6:30, DU hockey skates with Colorado College in Game 2. And on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Jose State with pregame starting at 6:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, bottom half of hour number 3 here on a Friday, man. The show is flying by. We're having a great time. And it's time to finish up trivia. We had one question in. Who was the last pair of Denver Nuggets teammates to go to the All-Star game? Because Jokic and Murray are going to be a tandem there this year. And we guessed Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups. We were right, and we will continue on. Dante, hit that music.
Question number 2. There are 4 quarterbacks to start Super Bowls for 2 different franchises. Former Bronco Craig Morton is one of them. Name the other 3.
Tom Brady's one of them.
So this is quarterbacks who started for different teams. So we have Tom Brady.
Yep.
We also have Kurt Warner.
Yeah. Peyton Manning.
I think we have the answer then. Peyton Manning.
And then Peyton Manning. Wow. That was... Okay. Yeah, so let's go Tom Brady for the Patriots and the Bucks.
Yep.
Kurt Warner for the Rams and the Arizona Cardinals, and Peyton Manning for the Colts and the Denver Broncos. Final answer. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answers: Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Kurt Warner.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. Job, boys.
Now, I don't know if I would have got Craig Morton if he didn't say it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
That's a tough
for
one.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone know what 2 teams Craig Morton started for?
The Broncos.
Uh-huh.
Well, I did 50% of it. Someone else can do the other half.
I believe it's the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys?
I believe so. All right, next question.
Question number 3. From the Olympics. Who is the most decorated U.S. Winter Olympian of all time for most medals won? Is it Eric Heiden, Michaela Schifrin, Shaun White, Apollo Ono, or Bonnie Blair?
Okay, can you play that question again just so we can get the candidates ironed out here?
Champion of all time for most medals won. Is it Eric Heiden, Michaela Schifrin, Shaun White, Apollo Ono, or Bonnie Blair?
Okay. So, obviously, all these Olympians are decorated.
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, who's old enough to remember how big the Apollo Ono story used to be? The figure skater, the fast, I forget what they call it, but the guys who freaking zoom around, like the speed skating.
Inline skating?
Inline skating. I think that might be it. I mean, he was a huge deal, like front page of Sports Illustrated, all that when I was growing up. Shaun White, the Flying Tomato, obviously super decorated.
Who were the first person and the last person? I didn't recognize those names.
So the last person I think they said was Bonnie Blair.
Yeah, Bonnie Blair.
And the first person was Eric Heiden.
But like, what events did they compete in?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I just know just a loose frame of reference for their names, but I couldn't tell you much. The name that I think sticks out here is Michaela Schifrin for me. I think that. And again, I'm drawing from something in the recesses of my brain.
Yeah.
I liked her more than the other 2 that I knew, at least over Shaun White and Apollo Ono. I just feel like there's so many events she gets to compete in, versus Shaun White only has 2 or 3 maybe a year, and same with Ono, probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, and White. I mean, we've seen White a bunch, but a lot of that is at the X Games, right?
Yeah, and did he only do the half pipe? So it might only be one event he was competing in.
Man, I'd be lying if I said I knew the details on that.
I like Michaela Schifrin, and honestly, I had that one like starred and everything when we first started it.
Okay. Alex?
So what I'm hearing is it's on Phil because he has it starred, because that's what I'd go with too.
Schifrin?
So I agree.
Michaela Schifrin. All right, let's go with Michaela Schifrin. Final answer, send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answer: Apollo Ono.
Wow.
Skating.
What do you got, Dante?
Just a weird note here. We have the Waste Management Phoenix Open on in the studio here. Someone just played the 16th hole in a Riley Moss jersey.
No way.
I swear.
What?
I don't know what. I don't know if they're best friends or what, but yeah, he played the 16th hole in a Riley Moss jersey. It's not crazy for people to put on a jersey or something during the hole.
Yeah, during that hole specifically, right? That's the par 3?
That's the par 3 with the whole stadium and everything.
Yes.
But it is crazy to have it be a Riley Moss jersey.
It's Riley Moss. Wow. Did leadership charge him with holding? Man. All right, final question. Dante, fire away.
And your curveball question. Who has hosted Saturday Night Live the most times? Is it John Goodman, Steve Martin, Alec Baldwin, Tom Hanks, or Martin Short?
Ooh-wee.
All right. So we say John Goodman, Steve Martin, Alec Baldwin, Martin Short,
Tom Hanks.
And Tom Hanks.
I don't think it's Tom Hanks.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I kind of like Steve Martin or Martin Short.
Yeah, the first one that stuck out is Steve Martin. God, Baldwin's done it a bunch too.
I'm between Baldwin and Martin. Those are the two that I immediately thought of. I think Baldwin had a good recurring role.
Yeah.
Which to me means you probably were on the show hosting a decent amount afterwards. I know they bring back a lot of people that have come on. So my guess would be Baldwin, but I can be convinced that it's Steve Martin.
What about no John Goodman? Or could we get him out of there?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a big SNL guy. I don't watch it. I never watched it with any sort of regularity. I know the pop culture, some references.
Yes.
I've seen, the super popular stuff I've seen, but this is not my wheelhouse. I'm just thinking of I know Baldwin had a recurring role. I know he was on there a bunch. Steve Martin has the window of longevity.
If I were to guess, I'd go with Steve Martin.
I think I would too. But again, I'm drawing from some instincts that aren't rooted in.
You know what? Let's go with the gut.
Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
Put
it on me, Coach.
Alex, you all right with that?
I'm gonna go with the majority. This is a democracy.
Hold on, no, what do you think it's different?
I think it's Alec Baldwin. I'm gonna pull the Drew and just be like, this is what I think, but it is what it is. I ride with the team.
You'll be putting knives in our back in no time.
Yeah, I won't do.
It's your first week of doing it.
That's
It's your first week of doing it.
You could also just put the ball in my hands, Coach.
Oh, he wants the ball in his hands.
Do you want it in your hands?
Honestly, kinda.
I don't know if I want Coach drawing up a play for Alex. I'm going to be honest.
Really? Wow. But
you know what?
It's a democracy. It's a democracy.
Let's
no.
I'm gonna peel the curtain back. Yesterday, behind the scenes. Now, Alex, I don't know him great. Know him a little bit here. Getting to know him. He seems like a pretty humble dude, which I like. Yeah. But yesterday, Dante, you were in the room. And I heard a version of Alex. He's like, yeah, I'm the best at the curveballs. I always get the curveballs.
I remember that.
He said something like that, Dante. Did he not?
I forgot what he said, but I remember I called him out on it. It was basically that.
Yeah,
He's like, I basically go 100% on every curveball question.
All right, so
I said,
do you want to take the shot?
Fuji is amazing at curveballs, and I think I'm up there with Tai Fuji.
No, I'm pretty sure you compared yourself to Tai Fuji, and then you also just gave yourself another compliment because you said Tai Fuji is amazing at it.
He's amazing at
curveballs.
You're comparing yourself to Jokic right now. So, let's put the ball in his
let's
hands.
not call Tai Fuji Jokic.
I think Alex can be the inbounder. I would rather go with Steve Martin.
You want to go Steve Martin?
I'd rather me and you miss the shot, personally.
Me and you, huh?
Wow.
You know what?
I'm already. There's going to be some tension behind the glass here moving forward. I can just feel it. I can
put it in Alex's hands.
I can
put
it
in Alex's hands. I don't need the ball.
God.
Go 2-2. Let's go.
Phil, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Alex. Baldwin.
Oh, well, now we're tied.
Superstar takes the last shot. You give it to Dante. You give it to Zach. Go Steve Martin. That's my final.
Dante's airballing it.
Dang.
All right, you want to go Steve Martin, Dante?
I mean, I do, but now that we're tied, we can flip a coin or something.
God almighty.
Let's just go ahead. Go ahead. Steve Martin.
Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
Send it in.
But if you guys are wrong.
I did this last week, and Zach got all over me for saying that exact sentence.
You've been sitting here, put my man down back here, Alex. If he's right, you're on the bench.
I'm not putting him down. I'm just saying, you don't draw up the game-winning shot for a rookie.
Right.
I love it.
There's something to that.
I love it.
All right, let's go with
Steve Martin.
I'll make the final call here.
Yeah,
I'll make the final call. Let's go. I feel like we could have a young Cooper flag on our hands. Let's go with Alec Baldwin. Let's go with Alec Baldwin. We'll go Alec Baldwin. This is a leap of faith, Alex. Please. Let's go Alec Baldwin. Final answer. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answer, Alec Baldwin.
Let's go!
That's what I'm talking about! We have a cornerstone player. We hit on a draft pick. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. That's so good.
Oh, take that, Dante.
Wow. I thought it was a team, Phil.
Wow.
We're a team, and then you say, hey, don't pass to that player.
Wow.
Don't pass to that player.
I'm just saying the play's not designed for that player.
I get you.
Until it was.
I get
They
you.
doubled me and Zach. What are you going to do?
Wow.
He said, David Adelman drew up a hell of a play.
I love
on
how
that
you're not getting a play at all here. Phil.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
what they do to me. That's what they do to me all the time.
They left Phil wide open in the corner, and so did we.
All right, man. All right. Great stuff, boys. Great stuff. All right. We'll tell you what you need to know before kickoff of Super Bowl 60. We'll also finish recapping the Broncos rookie class. And also, last night was NFL honors. We'll do some Bronco honors of our own. And if you're asking, wait, how are you going to get to all that in this next segment? Glad you asked. We are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk. Next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here for my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Looking to upgrade your kitchen, laundry room, or outdoor cooking area? Look no further than Mountain High Appliance. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. We have hundreds of appliances hooked up live for a true try-before-you-buy experience, plus professional delivery and installation. Our price match guarantee ensures you receive the best deal, and special financing options make your purchase affordable. When it's time for new appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Cecil Lammy here for SodaWeightLoss.com, and they changed my life so much. I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat thanks to SodaWeightLoss.com. I lost over 60 pounds a few years ago, and I'm never going back. Having my own nutritionist made all the results. A real person, so I could go with questions, concerns, and maybe just even sometimes just need some encouragement. Join Soda Weight Loss for a short time to have results that last a lifetime, just like me. Call them up at 1-866-800-SODA, SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state-of-the-art.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right. Wow, what a sequence here. And some controversy here behind the scenes. Man, oh man. Epic trivia. We go 3-1. We put the ball in Alex's hands in his first game. And
when it mattered the most, came through.
Man, I just don't know about the Dante factor there behind the glass, you know? Like he might have been like maybe like in the deep recesses of Bo Nix's heart watching the AFC Championship game. Like, I hope we win, but I'm not going to be like heartbroken if we lose without me.
It's not the end of the world if we do lose.
Oh, Dante.
Dante over there having a conversation, a two-way conversation. I just think that we need to put it in both you or I hands, Zach, and go from there. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose with both of us.
I wish the commercial break was streamed because it's so good. It's so good. Hey, we're a team. We're a team.
Well, I thought so.
For now. For now.
I thought so, too. And then in the break, I'm just getting bagged on.
Well, you told my man he was an inbound guy.
He's a rookie. Phil, you've been a rookie. What was it like when you were a rookie?
Well, damn, you told me to sit in the corner. You just told me to sit in the corner and smile.
That was all just a joke. I thought we were friends, Phil. I thought I could joke with you like that. If not, you tell me.
Oh, he's so mad.
No, if you want to be sensitive, I won't joke with you like that anymore.
I could care less, man. I'm having fun, but you're a sensitive Sally, man.
No, well, it was just hey, we're stick together. Stick together. All right. We've been recapping the Broncos class. All right. We've been recapping the Broncos class, the rookie class. And we did the first 3 rounds, the first 3 days of the week. We did Q Robinson and Savion Jones yesterday.
Yep.
That leaves us just 2 picks. All right. And then we'll talk a little Super Bowl, and then we'll talk some Broncos honors, and we'll have some fun. All right. Appreciate you guys being with us here on a Friday. The 6th round pick was the only punter drafted this past season. All right, Jeremy Crawshaw, the 216th pick in the NFL draft. They clearly prioritized the punter. And honestly, I'm glad that they did. I was nervous at points in the preseason with his inconsistencies, and he was like, some of his misses, when he misses, he misses.
Z, let's go back during camp, not just preseason, the games. At camp, there was times where I'm ducking, thinking that Jeremy Crawshaw was going to hit us in the face, and we're on the sideline, right? We're far back from the practice field. And yet, over time, Craneshaw, as ZB named him, started to get better and better during camp. He got better during some of the preseason games. Not consistent, but you got to see something. And you start to see, okay, this is why Sean and George decided to draft a kicker. All right, we're talking about a kicker being drafted in the 6th round. We're not talking about the 7th or undrafted, the 6th round, because of what he can bring to the table. And Z, I heard that they called you to do some scouting. One college football day.
Yes.
Beautiful day. And you decided to fly out there and scout on Jeremy Crawshaw.
I did. I went down to Texas, Florida, and watched Jeremy Crawshaw literally have his longest punt of the year. And I remember sitting in the crowd with my buddy Terrence saying, dude, look at that thing. He just knocked that thing to the moon. And it was like a 60-something. I think it was a 63-yard punt that day. And I didn't think anything of it. I just made a comment like, damn, like, look at that thing. And then I was watching Jahdae Barron on the other side for the Longhorns. So kind of a cool, like, tie together there. But in general, I thought Crawshaw was great. I thought he was great for a rookie. If he's going to build up from this and have this experience, I don't know, man. This guy could be, and, we'll see how it all ages, right? It's 1 year. But if his rookie season was any indication, man, Crawshaw could be here for a decade.
Z, he was outstanding, man. He was great. He was outstanding this year. Now, of course, like I said earlier, he overcame some struggles early on in the season, but then he ended with being tied for 3rd in the NFL with 30 punts inside the 20-yard line. You're talking about flipping the field. He did it against the Buffalo Bills in that playoff game where he flipped that field at, I want to say, the Buffalo 7 or 8 yard line.
Yeah, huge.
Ended up being a Jaquan McMillan interception because you have someone like Josh Allen that had to drive the length of the field. And on top of that, Jeremy Crawshaw ended up recording a 76-yard punt, 2nd longest in the NFL.
That's crazy.
So my man had a hell of a rookie season, and it started off slow, got better. So what's to come next year where he's more confident, where he's comfortable being the punter for the Denver Broncos? It's going to be fun to watch, and one of the better rookies that the Denver Broncos have drafted.
Was he on the all-rookie team?
He was
I think he was on the all-rookie team for a punter. So good for him, good for the Broncos. It looks like they found one. And then there was Caleb Lohner in the 7th round.
All alone.
The 241st overall pick. He did not appear in a game. My question about Lohner was this a I'm smarter than everyone pick from Sean Payton? Basketball player turned football player. He played his football at Utah.
Yep.
Had 4 catches. Each 4 catches went for touchdowns, but he didn't play a lot of football. He's a basketball player. Started at Baylor, then transferred to, man, I forget. Maybe it was a BYU.
Yeah, I think it was BYU.
To play basketball again, and he's more athlete than football player. Should they have been trying to scour for a more established football player with the understanding that you found Devon Vele in the 7th round. You found Jonathan Cooper in the 7th round. Did they find, what offensive lineman am I thinking of?
Waltenberg wasn't in the 7th round. He was in the later rounds, but
I'm thinking of an offensive lineman that they took late, I want to say. You know what? They drafted Riley Dixon in the 7th round back in 2016, who's still kicking in the league. Okay, maybe I'm confused. I thought they took a offensive lineman like real late. But regardless, should they have been searching for a more established football player, sort of a diamond in the rough, as opposed to a total definition of a project, like a Powerball ticket?
Yeah, you know what, Z? I think they should have. Like, they already went that route with Savion Jones, Q Robinson in the 3rd and 4th round, having these players that are going to have to have time to grow.
Yeah.
You know, those experimental players. 7th round, you want to still play with that. But if there's a player that can come in and play right away that has played that position for a little while, you go for that guy. Instead, I think Sean was looking at like, man, look what this kid can be if he sticks with it, if we're able to kind of put him on the practice squad and get him the reps that he needs. Could he be the next Jimmy Graham? I think that's what they were looking at. They were looking at his athletic ability, the length, him playing basketball, and saying, okay, can we build and mold this guy into a Jimmy Graham at some point in his career? But you go for a young player that has been playing that position for a long time that you know could end up being on your team, making the team. It's a 7th round draft pick. There's been many of 7th round draft picks that make the team and end up having a great career.
Totally.
So I think the next time, this upcoming draft, I think the Denver Broncos approach is going to be like, hey, we can get some developmental players, but let's get some players that we know could probably play for us right away if we need them to.
All right, yeah, I think I find myself agreeing. And there's a bunch of examples. Like you, and you know who I was thinking of, by the way? Matt Paradis. But he was in the 6th round.
Yeah.
But again, late. Danny Trevathan in the 6th round. Virgil Green, who was here for years, they drafted in the 7th round. Yeah, I think that should probably be the approach because I can't see that being a George Payton pick. I think that was a Sean Payton pick, and so we'll see how they operate moving forward. But what grade would you give Jeremy Crawshaw? We've been slapping grades on these guys, and it's not final judgment, right? We'll see what we're in store for year 2 for all these rookie players. But what grade would you give Crawshaw?
You know what? After what we just talked about listing, he's on the all-rookie team, tied for 3rd in the NFL with 30 punts inside the 20-yard line. That's hard to do. That means you're very consistent. Recorded a 76-yard punt, 2nd longest in the league. His rookie year,
yeah.
I'm going to give him a B+. He's going to be my only B+.
Why not an A?
You know what? I'm a hard grader, and there was times throughout the year, at the beginning of the year, where he was shanking punts. And it's like, damn, is this going to be another year where you have a punter that doesn't pan out for you? So I'm going to go a B+, and he could work his way up to being an A this year, more consistent at the beginning of the year. He is not a rookie anymore, so he shouldn't have the rookie flaws of going out there and getting the rookie jitters. Go in there, have a hell of a start, and you're going to end up with an A+, and honestly may end up an all-pro punter.
Maybe so, and especially at altitude. It looks like for the first time in a very long time, the Broncos have found a cornerstone punter.
Where'd you going with, man?
A.
A,
yeah. I just, considering the expectation coming in, which I had high expectations for him as the only drafted punter, but, I don't think rookie years for me can be about perfection. And I thought he was just excellent, just flat out excellent. So I'll give him an A. Loner, incomplete.
Yeah, we
like truly an incomplete.
Incomplete, my man. I mean, unless we were able to watch practice squad practices, like we're not going to be able to say much. And he was elevated for the playoff game.
He was, which was strange.
Yeah, I think they were just rewarding their 7th round draft pick with a chance to make a game check.
Yep.
That's exactly what they were doing. And so they did that for him, which is great to see and hear. But yeah, incomplete, man.
All right. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Man, fun day, final hour, fun week, really. Considering, the blow that was delivered to Denver Sports and, derailing a trip to the literal Super Bowl. It's been a tough handful of days. It's kind of awkward here on a Friday, like leading up to the Super Bowl. And
think about it. We would be talking about the keys to victory, the keys to the game.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
What do the Denver Broncos need to do to beat the Seattle Seahawks with Jarrett Stidham? The drama is there, man. And you know what? No, they're all in Cabo.
Yeah, you want to know what? And Dante just said this in my ear. He's probably right. We're probably live on location somewhere.
That's
right
true.
Now, the way that we were before the AFC Championship game, and if that was any indication, that live remote that we did at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker, where That place is massive, and there was standing room only, and the energy was just insane, and the love and everything like that. Like, if that was any indication, I honestly can't imagine what a live show on a Friday before the Super Bowl would have been like.
Well, you know what? We would have never got to see what it looked like because we would have been at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, would we have been back by Friday?
I don't think so. I think we would have been back by Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we would have been doing our show from the Super Bowl. Crazy. Yeah, it stings, man. It stings. And, man, our social media team here cut up a clip of you and I talking from, I think, Wednesday about how it feels like the Broncos should be in the Super Bowl. And I guess the right Patriots fan must have retweeted it or quote tweeted it or whatever, because if you just pull up my Twitter account, I think it's the most recent thing that I've retweeted, and just there is like, I think around 200 comments, and they're all Patriots fans and just dragging us and making fun of the Broncos. I mean, it's crazy. So if you guys want to go in the comments and do some battle,
protecting us,
some battle, protect us against Patriots fans. You could go have at it because they're having a field day in there. It just it stings. You can't change it. You have to try to learn from it. And when we have the conversation about the play calling, because that's the biggest question right now, I think, in Denver sports, or certainly with the Denver Broncos, is this next chapter of offensive coordinator and play calling. And man, you want to know what? Like, the more we exhaust these conversations, and I know right now I think we're in the minority, but you and I believe that the play calling is getting overturned to Davis Webb. And to the degree where it's 100%, I don't know about that yet.
Are you warming up to that?
Yes. I told you on Wednesday, if I had to choose between absolutely no play calling change and 100% play calling change, because I do believe that there's going to be some hybrid version between Sean and Davis Webb. But if that wasn't an option and I had to choose no change, Sean Payton is not letting go of the play calling, or 100% change and Davis Webb is doing all of the play calling, the more we exhaust these conversations, the more I think the likelihood is that with only those two choices, it'd be 100% to Davis Webb.
Yeah, and we've talked about this multiple times. It doesn't make sense for Davis Webb to stay here if he wasn't promised the play calling duties, because he could have went somewhere else, anywhere else, and called plays. He could have tried to get the head coaching job with the Raiders. Instead, he takes his name out of the hat.
Right.
Why? Because he wanted to stay here in Denver. Well, you're not staying here in Denver if you're not calling plays. That's the next step for Davis Webb. And then you have someone like Sean, who seems like he may have lost his fastball a little bit, because that's what he was talking about before the Buffalo Bills game. And then you get in a situation where you decide to go for it, but you call a timeout, you second-guess yourself, then you throw the ball when you should have took the points. You have a backup quarterback in Jarrett Stidham. It just doesn't make any sense. And so now you're looking back at all this, looking back at, damn, we could have definitely been in the Super Bowl, and we're not because of a couple mistakes that I made. If you're Sean, you may have to take that step back and say, Davis Webb, it's your turn. Let's see what you can do. Can you be more creative? Can you get Marvin Mims involved? Can you get Evan Ingram involved? Can you get the run game going? So it's going to be interesting to see what Davis Webb looks like calling the plays, because I'm like you. And I think, like, maybe I'm a little bit past you in the sense of, like, I believe Davis Webb is calling plays.
Yep. 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, you're not coming to Denver if you're not promised to play calling duties.
And here's another layer to this conversation that I personally didn't quite remember as vividly and take into account when we've been having these conversations this week about this. 9 days ago, Ian Rappaport, right, puts it out there. This is before Joe Brady was hired by the Bills. Ian Rappaport, who doesn't just put out stuff willy-nilly, said Sean Payton wanted to interview Joe Brady and for offensive coordinator, and it could also involve handing over play calling to Joe Brady. Now, for him to put that out there, that report out there, like, that's rooted in something. This is a guy who's really good at his job and is a household name for a reason. It's not just throwing stuff against the wall. So if that is true, that door for him handing over play calling is already open. It was already open with Joe Brady. And okay, so Brady gets the Bills job. Got it. And then you have Davis Webb. Like, you believed in Davis Webb.
Yeah.
You're the one who hired him for the first time. You're the one who said we shouldn't have let him leave the building. We're going to, like, he needs to do a U-turn. Get him back here. He's getting the job. You know, and then he has also elevated him since then, correct?
Yes, he has.
So it's like, again, once we exhaust these conversations, and that's okay that we're in the minority right now, we'll see how it ages. Because, again, I'm in a different place on Friday than I was on Monday with these conversations.
See, now the thing for me is I believe Davis Webb is calling the plays, but I still can't wrap my head around Sean Payton just willing to give up play-calling duties. So although I believe that, I'm sitting there saying, why would Sean just say, after 1 year, I'm stepping down, when this is something he has done his whole life? This is his identity as a coach, as being that play caller. He's one game away from the Super Bowl. Bo Nix actually had a solid year. He ended up having a solid year. And yet people want to, Sean's hearing everybody want to strip him from play calling duties. Why would Sean just give it up? This is in my head. I'm like, maybe it wasn't Sean that wanted to give it up. Maybe somebody is telling him or talking with him and saying, Sean, maybe it's time for you to step down, or you need to step down and just be the CEO of the team and be the head coach and worry about situational football.
But who do you think would tell him that? Bill Parcells?
No, I think for Bill Parcells, he's too far. He's far away from the building. I think that it has to come from somebody within the building. And it's not going to be George Payton, because we all know that George is not telling Sean what to do. That's just a fact. It has to be from the owner himself, Greg Penner.
You think Greg Penner's weighing in on football decisions?
I do. I think that Greg Penner has been sitting there for multiple years now, kind of doing a detailed intake on what's truly going on. And now it's like, okay, this is still my team. All right, and I've been sitting back, observing everybody and seeing what everybody is doing and how everybody reacts to certain things. And what ends up happening with Sean is Sean ends up going into that game, that Buffalo Bills game, giving us all the information that it seems like he has lost his fastball.
Yep.
And being honest that he needs to be on top of himself.
Yep.
Well, Greg Penner's listening to that. And then Sean goes into the AFC Championship against the Patriots on fourth down, decides not to run the ball, calls a timeout, still brings the offense back out there and has a bad play call when you should take the points. I think Greg Penner's sitting there saying, well, damn, like, you seem like you don't trust yourself anymore.
Yep.
And maybe it is time for you to step down and let Davis Webb, who we are promoting to be an offensive coordinator, and it seems like everybody wants this young man, let him call the plays. And I think for Sean, Sean's sitting there upset about it, and maybe that's why we're not hearing about him. We're not hearing about him in the NFL, award ceremonies or just the Super Bowl.
He has been extremely quiet. Outside of a congratulatory tweet to Drew Brees, yes. Sean does more interviews than anyone in the NFL.
Now, maybe I sound crazy, Z. I don't know where you're at with things, but this is my thought process. And maybe Sean decides, yes, I'm making the decision for myself to step down. But a lot of times we always say, hey, coaches have to save themselves or save players from themselves. And you have Greg Penner, who's the man in charge, and saying, like, I'm looking at it from what do you like to say? A million
20,000 foot view.
And this one, it's 1,000,000 foot view.
1,000,000.
1,000,000 foot view. And right now,
oh my goodness, that's a lot.
It looks like you need to step aside and let something else happen. And change is good. And in order for us to get to the next step, maybe it's Davis Webb calling the play so that we can get to a Super Bowl.
Well, in terms of Greg Penner getting involved in this conversation, I don't know if I'd put my chips on that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, to think that is an impossibility would probably be a bit naive. And I would point to a couple things in that regard. One, I said the day of Greg Penner's end of season press conference, my biggest takeaway was just how upset his disposition was. I mean, there was such a seriousness about Greg Penner that he did not look happy. In fact, he looked incredibly upset. And that was the day, by the way, that Sean revealed a bunch of stuff about Bo. And that's when he said he's predisposed, or it was the day after that. It was the day after that, because Sean and George spoke on the same day. Greg spoke the day after, and it was, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours after Greg Penner's press conference is when we got the surprise Bo Nix press conference. And so maybe he was like acutely aware of what was going on behind the scenes before we knew it because he's entrenched in the building. And maybe that was upsetting about Sean Payton and that he really upset Bo and that really Sean shouldn't have done what he did. And that you couple that with, some decision-making that derailed a trip to the Super Bowl. And we have to also understand, what that entails from a business standpoint. Greg Penner is entrenched in the football for 3 years, but at his core, he is a businessman. And when you lose out on a trip to the Super Bowl, you are losing out on, I don't know, I would just venture a guess of, I don't know, I'm just going to say $400 million in free advertising.
Yeah.
And someone might say, why are you talking $400 million? Because I remember DeAndre Hopkins, when he caught that Hail Mary pass against the Buffalo Bills 3 years ago, and he was wearing Jordan gloves, and that image got spread around, and they said they did a research, and it was like worth $100 million in advertising. So what's the Super Bowl worth? It's basically a 2-week commercial for your organization. So what kind of valuation did the Broncos miss out on? And maybe this is all going through Penner's head, but you also take into account there was decisions made and not made by Sean that prevented this from happening. So maybe he is furious. And I also do wonder, we haven't talked about this, I also do wonder, when you invite the press into the facility, the way that Sean Payton did with Seth Wickersham, and then it comes out in the article that you were literally criticizing other coaches for the same decision that you made 48 hours before you made it, and that guy is embedded in the facility.
Just wandering around, by the way, just upstairs, a reporter.
I just wonder if, someone like Greg Penner who's really buttoned up, I don't know if, and again, I'm speculating, but I don't know if he likes that stuff. And then you basically tell on yourself. You tell on yourself in the article. So if you put all this stuff together, is it possible that Greg Penner could be involved with a decision like this? Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know. And we have to also understand that we're still getting to know this relatively new ownership group. But here's what I do know. That man is entrenched. He could be anywhere in the world. He's one of the richest people in the world. And he chooses to be here in Centennial on a day-to-day basis. Yes, he and his wife, we go to every training camp practice. He's there every day. We see the war room of the draft. There he is. The NFL honors, there he is. He's at every single game. And I just think that maybe could he be weighing in on big picture stuff that maybe he's uncomfortable with? Maybe.
I mean, you think in a certain way that the reason why we're not hearing from Sean Payton maybe is because of Greg Penner and what Sean has done?
Yeah, I think, while I don't think you sound crazy, with the Penner maybe weighing in on
the offensive play calling duties with Davis Webb.
Big picture conversations. I don't think you sound crazy, but I think that other thing is more likely. Now, I'm just gathering, these clues and using an actively working brain to come to this conclusion that Sean Payton is the most chatty coach in the NFL. Full stop. Okay, that's not to be debated. He does more interviews than everyone else. He's out there at the Super Bowl annually, pimping products and in a way that is unusual for an NFL head coach. But he also sticks his foot in his mouth on a very regular basis, and has done so again since the season ended. And it started for lack of a better term, a war of words between he and his quarterback.
Yeah.
And so
then why wouldn't you think he would do the exact same thing with this situation with the play calling duties?
Well, I just think that Sean is unpredictable. He steps in it from time to time, and I think that if you're Greg Penner and you're already furious that you're not going to the Super Bowl, I think it's reasonable to at least suggest, I'm not banging the table saying this is happening, but it is unusual to not hear from Sean during this window of time where we always hear from Sean. He always does the Kay Adams show on a day like today. And I think it's reasonable to at least suggest that Greg Penner may have told him, hey, let's maybe not swing at these next couple pitches.
Yeah.
Like you've already gotten yourself in trouble with our quarterback, and who knows what type of place that's in right now. I'm sure it'll blow over. Maybe it already has. But it's like, let's not go do the car wash of interviews. Like, not everyone needs to hear from you every single time. We should be there right now. Let's just let this window of time pass and maybe not step right back in front of a microphone after what happened, 8 days ago.
Yeah, like it's fresh. It's a fresh wound sitting right in front of us. I don't know, man. All I know is Sean's not talking. That's weird. We need to know more about Davis Webb. You would think that they would have some type of press conference for Davis Webb. If I'm Davis Webb, I'm like, well, damn. Like, I'm being promoted. Like, this is a big opportunity for me, and yet nobody wants to put it out there for me.
Yeah, the natural sequence would typically be you make a major decision like that and then promote an offensive coordinator. That guy typically does a presser.
And that's why I'm speculating. Is it because Sean does not want to sit here and ask or answer questions about the offensive coordinator situation when it comes to, like, who is calling those plays full time?
And Phil, it could be as simple as that in terms of why we're not hearing from him in the way that we normally do. It could be as simple as that. Is what questions are you going to get? I can tell you the first one's going to be about your little spat with Bo Nix.
Yes.
And the second one's going to be the play calling. And he just genuinely may not be excited to answer those questions right now and is just letting some time pass. And honestly, like, that's okay too. But eventually, you're going to have to do a press conference because you just hired an offensive coordinator.
At the combine, he can't run away from the combine.
No.
Sean's going to have to answer questions about the players he's looking at, about what's going on with Bo Nix, and then, of course, the play calling duties.
Yep. And maybe there exists a scenario here because this is what's being put out there that they just don't know yet. That they don't know yet.
Come on.
And so you don't believe that?
No, Z. Why would you not know? Like, how are you going to say, hey,
because
Davis, like, we're willing to hire you as the OC, but we really don't know if you're going to be the OC? That doesn't make sense. They know. Now, they're not telling us, but they know there's something up their sleeve. There's something there.
Well, the reason that I say, well, maybe they just don't, just to play devil's advocate, okay? And I know the devil doesn't need an advocate, but I'll play it anyway.
I got my holy water right here.
This would be a really big deal for Sean. A really big deal. If he is, let's take the Greg Penner conversation out of it. If this is just about Sean in a vacuum, like, this is his identity. And what if he is going back and forth on it? Like, this is a really big deal. And sometimes in life, if it's a really big decision, you do sort of weigh each option and maybe waffle a little bit and maybe say, maybe it's one day. You want to know what? It is time. It is time. I know in my heart of hearts that I am not the same play calling version of myself. And then maybe it's the next day. It's like, wait a second. These people want to rip my play sheet out of my hands. The team just went 14-3. It was the best offense around here in a decade.
Yep.
This place was a disaster before I showed up. Maybe I'm not just eagerly sprinting towards Davis Webb to hand him my play calling duties, which is why I'm the coach in the first place, when this guy hasn't done anything. This guy's the backup quarterback of play callers. He's a big mystery that everyone's excited about, but everyone needs to slow the hell down. And maybe he's going back and forth like that.
But exactly. And that's why I had to bring in Greg Penner. Because if you're Sean and my guessing is Sean is saying that right there, somebody else is going to have to be the deciding factor. And that's going to have to be his boss, sitting him down saying, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. Because if you're Bo Nix, and I'm going to put it like in our profession here right now, if somebody else has been talking through that mic and now someone says, hey, look, ZB, he's the guy that's in charge now. He's the offensive coordinator of the mic and talking through that mic now. And the guy right there says, well, hold on now. I don't know if I'm ready to give him up. Would you sign here if this man was undeciding to give up the mic duties? Are you going to sign here? Or are you going to go somewhere else where you can be on the mic?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. I would go to the destination that was going to give me the best opportunity to be behind the mic.
All right. So even though you have someone like Sean Payton maybe contemplating like giving up play calling duties, he may not have a choice now because Davis Webb signed here to be the offensive coordinator. Because if he signs here and he's not the offensive coordinator, then they lied to him and they tricked him. In that scenario,
you mean if he signed here to be the offensive coordinator and didn't get the play call?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know what the agreement was. I don't. But you would have to think, again, the more we exhaust these conversations, you would have to think it came with the promise of an elevated role. Yeah, and I think I mean. Again, the more we talk about it, Davis Webb is going to be calling plays. I just don't know what percent. I don't know if it's a hybrid role. I don't know if it's the end of half, end of game. I don't know if it's the first 15. I don't know if it's the 2-minute drill. Hey, when we go hurry up, it's yours. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's 100%. Maybe it's 100% his.
I believe it's 100% Davis Webb, and the reason for that is Sean can always take back play calling duties. This is his team. But you have to give this man, Davis Webb, an opportunity to show all of us that he can do it.
Yeah, but if you're saying that you believe that Greg Penner stepped in,
I think he was the ultimate the decider. The deciding factor was Greg Penner saying, "Hey, we're going with Davis Webb."
So if you believe that, then Sean Payton just can't give back play calling duties.
Well, he'll have more. Like, think about it. If it doesn't go right with Davis Webb, then Sean Payton can, because now it's like, okay, we went your way. If it's Greg, we went your way. It's not working out. Now it's my turn to do what I've been doing, because last time I was calling plays, we were 14-3. Now, of course, the defense did a lot of the work, but the offense still did some good stuff and had some moments. But I think that everybody has to report to somebody, correct?
Yeah.
Everybody has a boss.
Yeah.
And I think for Sean, he's like, hey, do I do it? Do I not? And you have Greg Penner saying, let's try the young buck, and we can come back, and if it's not working out, we can go back to you.
Okay, very interesting. We just don't quite know yet for sure.
We don't know.
So we'll see how this plays out. All right, if you want to respond to any of these conversations, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Last night was the NFL honors. We'll do the Drives Bronco honors. Who was the offensive MVP, the defensive MVP, the rookie of the year, the most improved, best moment, best win? That's all next.
Should Sean Payton be on a short leash as a play caller next season?
I'll give Sean and this offense 6 games next year to show that they have indeed made the jump. And by that point, if you're not averaging 25, 26 points per game offensively, sure, make the switch, hand it over.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You ever notice how every great hangout has that one thing everybody crowds around? No, I'm not talking about the TV screen. What I'm talking about is Daisy's French onion dip. Yeah, that bowl that magically empties in 5 minutes. Because Daisy's French onion dip and ranch dips aren't just delicious, they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial anything, just pure creamy pass me another chip goodness. And listen, chips, wings, and veggies, I don't discriminate. If it dips, it's diving into Daisy's. So for your next snack attack, do what I do and grab Daisy's French onion dip and watch the crowd follow.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with with as little as 3% down. So if homeownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
Stoke here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auction for over 40 years, and they got one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending on February 11th at 9 o'clock. Over 290 items in this, a government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. Always one of my favorites. It's got SUVs, sedans, pickup, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now. Go see it all. Get yourself a great deal at rollerauction.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
This Valentine's, I want to make it really special. Kick it up a notch and tell her exactly how much I love her.
At Williams Jewelers, we've created our one-stop Valentine's package that makes telling your true love exactly how you feel. I'm Steve Williams.
And I'm Bruce Williams. You see, we're one of Colorado's largest fine jewelers with the designer brands she knows and loves, like Tacori and Hearts on Fire.
Thousands of quality, iconic, and yes, affordable pieces you won't find in any other store, starting at under $300.
And now, through Valentine's Day, with every purchase of $250 or more, you get a fresh cut rose and a bottle of wine as our gift.
Guys, it's one-stop shopping.
This year, more than ever, Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North.
And Williams Jewelers in Inglewood at Bellevue and Broadway.
We're Denver's first family of fine jewelers.
And your one-stop Valentine's store.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
You know what it takes to win: the preparation, the game plan, the refusal to quit when things get hard. You bring that same mentality to your business every single day. But even the best teams need fans in the seats. At Denver Sports, we put your business in front of Denver's most passionate, loyal audience, on air, online, and on the big screen. You've got the drive, we've got the reach. Visit us online at DenverSports.com. Let's build your roster.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Colorado College starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD3, DU lacrosse faces Air Force starting at 11:30. Then at 6:30, DU hockey skates with Colorado College in Game 2. And on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Jose State with pregame starting at 6:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, so last night was the NFL honors.
let's do our own honors here. Who is the Broncos' offensive MVP?
I like this one. The Broncos offensive MVP for me, I'm going to keep it simple. All right. And now we're taking into consideration the whole year, right?
Yeah, playoffs as well.
Okay. Well, that makes it even easier for me. It's going to have to be Bo Nix. All right. One, Bo Nix had a really good year. He started off slow again, but overall, he put together a good second year. Almost 4,000 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. We felt the presence in the wrong way, right, of not being there.
Yeah.
In that playoff game against the Patriots. And we all can sit here and agree that if Bo Nix plays, we have a great chance of winning that game. Now,
had a great chance without him.
Exactly. So with that being said, Bo Nix is my MVP. The most valuable player on this team is the quarterback. And Bo Nix had a hell of a year. Those fourth quarter comebacks are the one-score games, and Bo being a big reason why with the clutch time moments. Give me the MVP and let me hand it to Mr. Bo Nix.
Yeah, okay, since you took Bo, my offensive MVP will go to Garrett Bowles. I mean, a first-team All-Pro at left tackle. Are you kidding me? He gave up 1 sack the entire year. And it's interesting that, like, when you mentioned in so many words, like, the value of Bo Nix skyrocketed once you experienced what it was like when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Now do that exercise with Garrett Bowles. When you don't have a first-team All-Pro protecting the blind side of your quarterback, are you kidding me?
I love it.
So, yeah, Bowles, I think, is I still think underappreciated within Denver sports, despite being the best turnaround story that I can think of in Denver sports history. So, Bowles would be it for me. How about your defensive MVP?
Defensive MVP, now I talked about this man a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I'm going to still go with him. It's Hufanga.
Yep.
And he just Mr. Consistent. Like, you talk about consistent. He played all of the games, all 17 games in the playoffs. All right, made a difference. He was able to be inside the box, right? So he's at the front of the line of scrimmage, making tackles like a linebacker, but he's covering tight ends and running backs and slot receivers. He's hitting people. He's getting in and forcing fumbles and recovering fumbles. Now, of course, he could have made a couple plays when it came down to intercepting the ball. He had opportunities after opportunities and didn't take advantage of it. But Hufanga, man, in his first year as a Denver Bronco with the leadership that he brought, he's my defensive MVP.
Man, hard to really give you pushback on that. He was just flat out excellent. Just excellent. I will go with, oh man, it doesn't feel right if you took Hufanga and, like, I don't go Nick Bonito, considering that Nick Bonito was literally up for Defensive Player of the Year. So it sounds counterintuitive, and we all love Bonito, but I'm going to go with Zach Allen.
All right.
I just think the value of the D-tackle position and what he frees up for others with his pressure, the number of quarterback hits from that position, top 5 for Zach Allen. And, you know, I said this the other day during our crosstalk. I'm just not so sure that after quarterback, defensive tackle isn't the most important position in football right now. 8 of the top 10 interior pressure players were all playing on championship weekend in the NFC Championship game or the AFC Championship game, with Zach Allen being one of them. So because of how – and edge rusher is obviously massively important, but for right now, I hope I don't sound crazy, but I'm going with Zach Allen.
I like it. Zach Allen, man, a anchor right there at the defensive tackle position. You got to love what he's doing. He's consistent at everything he does. He's getting the pressure. So I'm not mad at that one. I'll take Zach Allen too if I didn't go with Hufanga.
All right, to move on, who was the Rookie of the Year?
I don't know if you're going to like my pick here. Now, I don't want to disrespect the running back, R.J. Harvey. He had a really good year. But I'm going to think outside the box on this one, another rookie.
Oh.
Why are you giggling, man?
No, go ahead.
I'm going to give Rookie of the Year to the punter, Jeremy Crawshaw.
I just wrote down his initials. I knew you were doing that.
I mean, come on. Nobody expected a 6th-round punter to go out there and do what he did. All right, there was times where he changed the momentum of the game just because of his punts. All right, he's tied for 3rd in the NFL with 30 punts inside the 20-yard line. That is very hard to do, especially for a rookie punter. All right, recorded a 76-yard punt. That's insane. Second longest one in the NFL this year. Now, of course, he had his ups and downs early, but it's all about changing and switching the field, right? And that's exactly what Jeremy Crawshaw did. He did that against the Buffalo Bills where he was able to punt and pin the Bills at their 8-yard line and force someone like Josh Allen, who had a broken foot, crazy to think, had to extend the field and travel down the field, ends up getting an interception because of that.
Sean Payton said it was the best punt of the year.
Jeremy Crawshaw. I'm going to have to go with him for Rookie of the Year.
Well, you don't sound crazy. God. Look, he's not a starting running back. But he did have the third most touchdowns in the history of a Broncos rookie running back, and I'll go with R.J. Harvey for mine. I don't feel great about the production contrasted with the expectation of who he was supposed to be, but he still did some really good stuff, so I'll go with him for mine. I want to go with Pat Bryant. I
forced your hand.
I feel like I would lose that argument in court over someone who scored 12 touchdowns, even though he's not a starting running back, and he needs to be in a different role next year. Who do you think is the most improved player?
I'm going to go with Jaquan McMillan.
Yep. That was going to be my pick.
Jay Money, because he made himself a lot of money this year, he struggled at the end of last year. And there's a reason why Sean Payton and George Payton decided to draft Jahdae Barron in the first round. They were expecting Jahdae Barron to start in front of Jaquan McMillan. They were expecting Jahdae Barron, the crystal, to have a significant impact his first year, his rookie year. That did not end up being the case. Jaquan McMillan had a phenomenal year, got better every single game, made the biggest play of the year, intercepting that ball from Brandon Cooks, taking his cookies. And Jaquan McMillan is my guy.
That was going to be my guy.
Okay.
I just think he's the obvious answer here. I mean, no one saw this level of play coming and then being sustained the entire season. Yeah, J-Mac was just flat out incredible this year. What was the best moment? The best moment of the season? Was it J-Mac against Buffalo?
Yeah, I went back and forth. I was thinking like, hey, is it Bo Nix connecting with Marvin Mims to go up on the Buffalo Bills on that left side?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it's like, man, that was a huge play from Bo and Marvin Mims, who was not implementing this offense much during the regular season. Marvin Mims ends up going for 8 targets, 8 receptions on 8 targets, 93 yards and a touchdown. That was a big-time moment. But Jaquan McMillan changing that play.
Yeah.
Right? Getting that interception, because if he doesn't come down with that interception and Brandon Cooks, my former teammate, ends up catching that football, the game is over. They're kicking the field goal. The Buffalo Bills, that is, are kicking the field goal to win the game.
I agree. But I will say, man, when you talk about best moment, the Broncos scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter against the Giants in the single largest single game turnaround in NFL history.
Ooh,
I mean, that was psychotic. 0 points in the first quarter, 0 points in the second quarter, 0 points in the third quarter, 33 in the fourth to win 33-32 in walk-off fashion. Like, dude, that is the craziest, I think, just sequence I've ever seen in any football game. Just, like, how did that happen? And that was the day that they were honoring Demaryius Thomas. That was the day of the Super Bowl 50 reunion. And it was just like I still can't believe it happened. It was months ago. I still can't believe that happened. Crazy. Okay. Predictions heading into a massive, massive weekend. It is the Super Bowl, after all, and we'll give some of those predictions next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at DenverSports.com/superfan. That's DenverSports.com/superfan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Guys, happy Friday to you as you head into the weekend. You know, a lot of times it is the weekend where you can just let the stress of work, you leave it at your door, right? And when you do that, oftentimes you and your partner can get intimate. Guys, there are few things more wonderful in life than intimacy. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have devastating effects on a relationship. Don't let that happen, guys. ED is a medical condition. And like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90%. So schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. There's literally no downside, all right? So pick up the phone. Stop living with ED. For most everyone, it's a choice. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. You expect more from yourself, expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Time to celebrate that Olympic spirit and enjoy some good times on the mountain. Loveland now on 56 trails got a half foot of fresh snow earlier this week. All their easier trails open, half their intermediate runs, and a few black diamonds too. 20 of the trails are groomed at Loveland, and they have a snowboard demo day both Saturday and Sunday. Try out the latest boards. You have Cooper skiing and riding on 40 trails. Monarch recently opened their no-name basin, 20 years in the making, adding some new trails, and they're on 77 slopes. Pack, powder, and hard pack for Monarch. Wolf Creek has snow that softens in the warm sunshine, 42 miles. Groomers in great shape. So are their ungroomed natural steeps and glades at Wolf Creek. Winter Park, 106 trails, pack, powder, and hard pack. More than 40 trails are groomed with awesome views from Vasquez Ridge at Winter Park. Aspens on 90% of their terrain. Get more at snowcountry.com.
If society collapsed tomorrow, how long would your family last? If you run out of food, probably not very long. That's why over 3 million American families trust My Patriot Supply for preparedness. Right now, you can get their best-selling 3-month food kit for $100 off. It's 3 months worth of real, hearty meals that give you 2,000 calories a day and last up to 25 years. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com to get your 3-month kit for $100 off. The discount won't last long, so go to MyPatriotSupply.com today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Stoke here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auction for over 40 years, and they got one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending on February 11th at 9 o'clock. Over 290 items in this, a government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. Always one of my favorites. It's got SUVs, sedans, pickup, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now. Go see it all. Get yourself a great deal at rollerauction.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Klis. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Got to Super Bowl this weekend. Definitely feels a little bit weird. Will you feel conflicted watching it, do you think? Or once it starts, it's like, it's the Super Bowl. You're just going to watch it in a vacuum for what it is.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just watch it for what it is. Two teams going after it, going at it. I know a couple of old teammates that are on the team, so it's like, okay, root for them.
How about Drew Lock?
Drew Lock, yeah, being one of them. And you know, although he probably won't play, or maybe he does, something happens to Sam Darnold, and now Drew Lock's
Wouldn't
playing
that
in
be
the Super
something?
Bowl.
That would be something.
I mean, it'd be part of the script.
Holy smokes.
It would be like the drama of it, but just watch it, man, and get some beer and.
Could you imagine the narrative if the Patriots get to beat another backup for a Super Bowl? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It would be the most grooved path in NFL history. I don't think that's going to happen, but so here's a couple things here. Teams that win the turnover battle in the Super Bowl. You know what their record is? Teams that win the turnover battle in the Super Bowl.
Lay it on me.
40-7.
Wow.
Teams that win the turnover battle. 40 wins, 7 losses. Something to watch, linebacker Robert Spillane, who hurt his ankle against the Broncos. He did return to practice yesterday. Don't know if he's at full strength. Patriots haven't lost a game by more than 1 score this season. A guy to keep an eye on who is just running hot right now, Kenneth Walker. He is averaging 128 yards from scrimmage this postseason. And I have taken a flyer on him, plus 750 to win Super Bowl MVP.
Maybe you're going to win you some big bucks, man. Win the big bucks.
Just $20, 20 to win 150. But he has been just hot, again, just from scrimmage, catching it, running it. And the Patriots, and, you know, if they pull it off, they'll be the first franchise with 7 Super Bowls. Right now, they're tied with Pittsburgh, 6 apiece. If they get to lucky number 7, without Tom Brady, without Bill Belichick, with doing it against Denver on their way, I typically, if it doesn't involve Denver sports or a hometown team that's near and dear to my heart, I root with my pocketbook. I root with my pocket. But this one, man, I'm betting Seattle, but I'm just openly rooting against the Patriots in a way that I just otherwise wouldn't.
See, you're not the only one. Tom Brady himself, my guessing is rooting against the Patriots.
You think so?
Oh, come on.
I don't think
doesn't want that to happen.
I don't think you sound crazy.
He doesn't want nobody else winning a Super Bowl over there, especially Drake May in his second year. No, not Tom. Tom doesn't want that.
Well, he pissed off the Patriots fan base this week when he was asked who he's rooting for, and he said, "I don't have a dog in the fight." And people were like, "What?" Even some of his former teammates.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you think that he was wrong to say that?
I think that he does have a dog in the fight, and he's rooting for Seattle. I do. It ended messy with him and Belichick, and they immediately turn around and I shouldn't say immediately because they tried Mac Jones first, but not too long after he retires, they draft Drake May, and he's in the Super Bowl. You know, like, and right now, Tom holds just like the ultimate place in Patriots history, and I think it's normal as a human being. I don't think it's specific to Tom of like, do you want to see those shoes filled pretty quickly, you know? And
And on the other side, he just hired Kubiak, Clint Kubiak, to be the Raiders head coach. That's another thing where it's like, hey, like, why would I not want that offensive coordinator over there to look good? I hope he does look good because now it makes me look good because I was part of the hiring committee to get this man in this building. Now this is what it could look like for the Raiders. So I think he's definitely rooting for the Seahawks for so many different reasons, but one of them being Clint Kubiak.
Well, a big name of the game right now in the NFL is explosive plays. All right, it's being valued. Explosive plays are explosive plays. Everyone's always wanted them. But, like, when these analytical people are measuring these explosive plays, I mean, they're, like, the ones who well, let me put it like this. The teams who had it's basically like a net explosive plays. So, like, the amount of explosive plays that you have and combined with the lack of explosive plays you give up or don't give up in that case, 4 of the 5 best teams in that net category were all playing on championship weekend. The Broncos, the Patriots, the Seahawks, the Rams. And so what we have here in the Super Bowl, it's the Patriots, who are the number 1 ranked team in explosive plays this season, against Seattle, who is the number 1 team in the NFL in limiting explosive plays. So this is good on good. I mean, this is this should be a fantastic matchup. Who do you have in this one? And give me your Super Bowl MVP.
I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. 1, the Patriots beat us. I don't like them. Number 2, Seattle, they have a hell of a defense like you just got done talking about. It's not just a pass rush, though. They have a couple cornerbacks, some safeties. They're going to do a great job of disguising their blitzes, disguising that secondary, which, by the way, when Bo Nix was a rookie, it made it hard on him, and he almost had 5 interceptions. He ended up with like 2 or 3, but it looked bad. You have the Seattle Seahawks that, 1, they're more balanced. Offensively, defensively, even special teams now is going crazy because of Shaheed.
Yeah.
So overall, I think the Seattle Seahawks are just the team to win this year. Sam Darnold is going to be the first quarterback in the 2018 class to win a damn Super Bowl.
Crazy. I don't like how most people are picking the Seahawks. I don't like that when it's under a touchdown spread and everyone is like in agreement on who's going to win. So maybe I'll be just a sheep here, but I just think Seattle's better.
Yep.
I think the Patriots' path has been so incredibly grooved for them. Their schedule all season long has been one of the easiest, not only this year, but in years. And then they caught so many breaks in the postseason. I think it comes crashing down, all right? Maybe I'll be wrong, but I have Seattle winning going away. I'll take Seattle 23, Patriots 13, a double-digit win and cover with Kenneth Walker winning Super Bowl MVP.
Seattle 27, New England Patriots 21. Sam Darnold wins the MVP.
All right, we'll leave it there for now, guys. Thanks for rocking with us. It was a really fun week. Enjoy your weekend. Be kind to one another. Thanks to Dante Gomez behind the glass. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight. Next.
You'll never find.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crowes, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crowes. Whiskey Myers. August 2nd, Fiddler's Green Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at fiddlersgreenamp.com. Produced by AEG Presents.
Hey guys,